Oh, I think I forgot something. I should probably turn on my light. There we go. A little better. How's everybody doing this evening? Oh, I'm back. I'm back. We fixed a lot of things on the stream. I set up some contingencies just in case that happens again. If you're unfamiliar, in the last stream, I completely blew everything up with an Arch update, basically just a blanket update on stream, and the new kernel was not compatible with NVIDIA drivers, so I couldn't get a display. On top of this, my streaming PC, at the same time, you know, when it rains, it pours, they say, the capture card overheated and stopped grabbing. So I couldn't see like grub and other things that were coming up on the screen because of how my mirroring situation was working and the capture card failing from Elgato. Elgato's Camlink Pro is not, and I do repeat this, is not for professional use. That's just a hobbyist piece of hardware. And I have since corrected the errors in my way. I'm cheap, and I was just like, nope. This is one time when we got to splurge with some money. I just said, forget it. We're switching to Magewell. So everything's Magewell now. All my capture cards are Magewell. We've got this. I reverted back. I just went ahead, did a live ISO, got into that, mounted all my drives, ch-rooted in, installed the LTS kernel, purged all the old kernels. Everything came back up just fine. And for Arch, so yes, we're still on the same system. And then as another contingency, not to be overdone here, I like to, whenever I have something bad happen, I like to fix it like 3 or 4 different ways to make sure that same thing doesn't happen and we break something completely different, probably this stream. So I also have this. It's a switcher right now because I'm waiting for my next piece of equipment to come in that will enable more things. Now, obviously this is going to show up and it's going to be weird, but watch my desktop. It's kind of like an overview broad where I'll be able to zoom in a little bit and change a few things on the fly. So right now you kind of see this. It looks a little strange, but kind of I'll be able to flip it around, manipulate it a lot better when I get a couple more parts. But just in case I do end up breaking something again, we're going to have an overhead view where you're going to be able to see everything as I see it and just kind of pull it all back. So kind of a cool way of doing a top down. Now, yeah, it's upside down. We're not going to flip it. We're not going to do any of that yet because I can make different sources and different things to fix that. If the worst does happen, we'll actually have some eyes and I'll be able to actually make a scene to properly see it. So that's the whole deal. But yeah, how's everybody doing tonight? I see a bunch of people, a bunch of YouTube in chat, actually. Not too much from Twitch, which is kind of weird. Usually Twitch is all about it, but then again, Twitches might be slow on a Friday night. At least the science and technology portion, as I usually do stream during the day. Yeah, we're all fixed up. Everything's fixed up. We're back to where we were and even better. We've improved things. Yeah, YouTube's chat does suck. Totally agree. Twitch's chat's superior. However, YouTube's videos a lot better. I like YouTube video encoding, and they have support for AV1, which Twitch still does not have. What are you doing, Twitch? You're like the leader in live streaming, and yet you don't support AV1 yet. So they should get with the times. So anyways, on-screen chat font. Do you guys not know what that is? It's a nerd font. What nerd font is it? Nobody's going to guess. Well, all right. See, there you go. I knew there'd be someone in chat that knows it. The one dude, definitely JetBrains Mono. Nailed it. You nailed it, good sir. So a lot of things to look at today, specifically on stream. We will be looking at Linutil. Last stream, we messed around a little bit with C# and .NET. And if you're unfamiliar with that, they are Microsoft languages. Yeah, I know. Don't judge me. But if we go into the sources, we can actually do a .NET run, and you'll see kind of like a bastardized version of like an old DOS menu. I mainly just kind of wanted to do this to make kind of an old school program. just as a goof. But I think for today's stream, we're going to just go completely in a different direction. I think we're going to make a new branch. I want to try Go a little bit. We'll hack around and Go. I don't know Go, so we're just going to do what we can and see what happens. We'll just throw some stuff into old Jippity and say, hey, print me out a nice menu, and then we're going to see what happens. So that's what we're doing today. I probably, yeah, it's already going to be up on the right here. So when people jump in chat and go, what are you doing? They should, well, if they can read, but everyone today in today's world, about 10% of the population actually can read. Actually, probably less than that. I would say probably 95% of people in today's population are functionally illiterate. Yeah. And functionally illiterate, I think, would be like if you don't read at least one book a month, you're functionally illiterate. That's, I think, a good definition. I don't know. Maybe I'm way off. Maybe I've been on social media too long and I'm just jaded. That could be. Anyways, let's get going with Go. Because I'm pretty much functionally illiterate. So I know when it comes to programming, I am not very good. So let's do some terrible programming on today's stream. 5% are programmers. Maybe. I don't know. It's a good question. I hate reading, but I'm a great... I think the problem with a lot of the reading and how it's kind of fallen from popularity, I think it's a superpower, really. If you are a avid reader in today's world, you will go very far and make probably a ton of money. But the problem is most people overstimulate, and you have like just way too much dopamine going on in your brain from like shorts and flipping back and forth on YouTube or probably even TikTok. Oh my God. I would imagine like 99% of TikTok users are probably illiterate. And that's just because of all the dopamine hits you get. And then when you actually go to sit down and pull open a book, you're just unable to do so because you're like, I am so unbelievably bored. And I think that's, you know, just most people in general. I mean, I'm guilty of this. Go back 5 years and I would never read, just never. Oh, dang, Jennifer, 127 books last year. Wow, that's impressive. Dang, that's awesome. Yeah, you know, let's go probably the best way. Let's just go new branch. Let's create a whole new branch. We're gonna call this branch Go. We're gonna end up with a branch of every single programming language known to man. Why do you use VS Code instead of VS Code with Copilot or Kodi? Honestly, the Copilot sucks. Like it is just wrong way too much. However, Copilot's really good at like predictive text, but honestly, it kind of is able to read your program and kind of understand your syntax and kind of recommend things to you. But even Copilot kind of sucks, just in general. If I was a professional programmer, probably would go with like Super Maven instead of Copilot. Super Maven's really good at predictive things, much more than even Copilot. So I'd probably go Super Maven for that, and then for asking questions and stuff, yeah, you know, old GPT, I don't think you can beat it. That's awesome. So yeah, QBasic, Pascal win, maybe. Maybe. Making a Linux shell menu for every Linux language challenge, pretty much. And I don't know programming. I think some people like confuse me with an actual programmer. I'm not. I have no disillusions. I do not speak from a position of authority when it comes to programming. I am just a caveman that found a computer and knows a lot about like scripting and also like IT and that type of administration. But when it comes to programming, oh man, last time I actually took a programming class was in like 1998, and that would have been C++ using a Borland compiler. So long time ago, and I don't remember anything from that. All right, we got Go going. Let's switch our branches and start breaking things. Hopefully I don't completely break this today. my system. Should we do a system update before we get going? Yeah, chat is very active tonight. I will say, lots of people chat. Probably the most active our chat has been. Let's go. Get switch go. Invalid reference go. Get pull. All right, now let's try good switch pull. All right, clear it out. Yeah. All right, we're just dropping any changes we've had from just like building this out. Let's try some go. So this is the Rust Linutil, and this is cool. It works neat. Like when you go to set up something, you have this, and it works fairly okay, as long as you don't need any interaction. And that's one of the big issues we have with the Go rendition. I think when we look at the pull request, oh, this actually might fix it though. Moved key handling to be running inside of the struct, made up for a running command, passes through all key inputs to the virtual terminal, except for where it works before by sending a sig h up to child process. Added useful example, full bash and full ZSH. Let's see what we got. So full bash, full CSH, and then we have the rest of our examples. When we look at the code that he's changing, he's removing key modifiers on the events. And then this whole loop looks like it's changed. So I'm kind of curious, what did he do here? Oh, interesting. I'm acting like I know what I'm seeing on the screen, but really I don't. I mean, I have an idea on some of this stuff, but some of it I'm like, oh, I've never seen it. I've never seen that before. It's not going to stop me from reading it though. So when inevitably I get geotanned by one of these pull requests on one of my projects, I'll be able to go back and go, that was cool. All right, how'd that happen? Sig hub signal, not sig kill or sig term to the child process. Then we're handling key events, which is important. So we could pass it through to the child terminal console, pass through key event. All right, we're gonna match that. This is kind of interesting. It's it looks like it's any kind of special characters. He has to do some stuff so that doesn't catch, and then he has to like do some kind of vector. It's super interesting how the child process, he's having to handle some of these keystrokes. Okay, well, let's give it a whirl. Let's actually switch back to the main branch. I kind of want to just accept this. Let's approve these and call this neat. I'm gonna try this on stream. Let's merge it. And here we go. Just Linux user has been pretty awesome. He's the one that built out the poll. He saw what I was doing in Rust. He's like, oh, dude, let me help you out. I can do something a little better. So let's come back. The other PRs I looked at, I'm probably going to deny those. But let's switch our branch again. Let's just queue that. And what we're going to do here is let's get switch, go to main, get pull. We'll pull down those changes we just made. Now we're back on this. And if we go cargo run, let's rebuild everything. So now let's look at like full bash, clear, exit. Okay. I kind of like it. I don't know, chat. I mean, that's neat. What do y'all think of that? Any Rust devs in the house? I'm kind of digging it. So the whole purpose of this is traditional scripts in Linux is usually all done in bash scripting using whiptail dependencies. And whiptail is the gray background with the red text lettering, and I just hate it. So that's the whole purpose of, I'm really trying to reinvent the wheel here just because I don't like the look of it. So that's kind of where I'm at. Is NVIDIA on Arch broken? If you update to the latest kernel, it is. At least for me, it was. Mileage will vary based on your setup. But when I updated on the last stream, that was pretty rough. So in the interim, what I've done for that is I just, well, let's just quit. Let's go. Oh, let's build out the command. I got an idea just to showcase this. Let's go. I think it's list actually. Oh, that's right. I redid my NeoVim. All right. Now instead of, I think I'm going to leave that, except we're going to remove ZSH because well, there's going to be someone that likes ZSH, but they're not going to run this. We're going to just, it's fine. All right, let's take this and we are going to do full system update. And we'll make like a script or something for this, but in the interim, we're going to go and make just a basic command, bash command, and we're going to have to escape, well, $sign here, curl-s. No, we're actually not going to curl this. Actually, let's just do a straight command and just do pacman syu. That's fine. So with this, let's just shift-CZ that, and let's do a cargo run. And I want to see what happens when we do a full system update inside of our Linux utility. Oh my God, should I really do this? I feel like doing it 20 minutes into the stream, I'm gonna just completely break something. But let's try it. Oh, I'm not root. Okay, well, that was a little uneventful. All right, let's go sudo pacman. All right, let's try it again. Cargo run, full system update. All right, here we go. Yes, here we go. The break begins. Should you do should you be testing this when you're doing like DKMS modules and a full system update on the system you're streaming from? Probably not. If I was a smart man, I'd be doing this in a virtual machine, but it's also pretty entertaining. It's like, hey, it's kind of like watching someone at like a circus do high wire and stuff, and then they remove the net. It's always better when the net's removed. Same principle. And as I say that, it's getting to the part where it builds the NVIDIA modules. Oh, please don't break. That would be hilarious. Yeah, we don't do VMs here. Short streams are fun. However, we do have the overhead. DeWolf, if you didn't see it, we got the overhead like this that we can pull to, and I could manipulate so you can see things even if it goes completely awry. So we don't even have to cut the stream off. It'll just be me dancing around. You'll see me getting underneath my desk, pulling cables and such. It'd be fun. Why DKMS instead of using NVIDIA LTS? Tro Gundam asks, why the DKMS instead of using NVIDIA LTS like a sane, normal person? I'm going to just expand on what you mean. That's actually a really, really good idea, Tro. Let's do that, actually. Let's go NVIDIA LTS. I didn't understand, didn't know there was a package called NVIDIA LTS. Yeah, let's remove NVIDIA DKMS and install NVIDIA LTS. That's a good idea. That's actually a genius idea. Let's restart after this. Thank you. This is really the reason why I chat, is to steal everybody's idea in chat. You got me. I've been outed. I'm a fraud. I love it. All right. So we've done it. And now we test. So we've actually I really like this addition. I think I might stick on Rust now that he did that fix. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We did do a full system update inside of the Rust built menu in Linutil. And now we've just switched over to NVIDIA LTS. Here we go. Let's reboot. There we go. You'll notice no more Elgato no signal. We only get this ugly Magewell no signal now. But I do believe it will do a better job capturing. The other reason why I went with a Magewell instead of Elgato for the capture, Magewell, you can actually buy hardware specific for certain resolutions. And since I always stream in 1080p, I never want to capture more than 1080p. And this is actually a benefit to having the inability to capture 4K. It's actually a good thing. Watch out. The wolf security. Wolf security and me. I'm secure. Feeling super secure. All right. I like it. Okay, well, just gonna boot. That's cool. Yeah, Elgato capture cards, I mean, it's fine if you're just starting out. I mean, they're cheap. Elgato's not bad. I mean, the price of the entry is really not as bad. Obviously, when I'm talking like Magewell, I've talked Magewell up. Watch this completely break on this computer. But I mean, Magewell's like 3 times more money than Elgato. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. It better work better. Better work better. Yeah, I feel like that's yeah, it should work better. If it doesn't, my word. All right, that did. And we are looking good. We are looking so darn good. It almost feels like it boots faster now without the DKMS modules. NVIDIA settings? Yes, it is installed. We're looking good. All right, I like it. Now, one thing, I remember doing this tweak on NVIDIA a while back. Sorry, I'm going to get a little sidetracked, but there was something where you would do, what was it? Xvideo settings, I think it was. And I remember there was a configuration setting specifically in here. I want to say it was under advanced. Yeah, this was it. I remember forcing full composition pipeline. It makes use of the composition pipeline to apply viewport out scaling. I remember enabling this for some odd reason, and I remember getting a little bit better, not better performance, but less screen tearing and artifacting, I think, when using Xorg and NVIDIA. I don't know if that's still a thing, but something to put in the back of your brain. If you do have like lots of tearing, I think it was screen tearing is what it was. I haven't been getting it on this system, but if you do get a lot of screen tearing, I remember forcing full composition pipeline in that setting of X settings, saving that out would fix a lot of screen tearing that I had on NVIDIA, specifically in Xorg. Now, obviously, that's not going to work if you're a Wayland user, but something to think about. Titus, I saw you say about Cursor being a copy of an IDE called Continue that uses code without referencing. A guy called Nang on YouTube mentioned in a video where he made his own AI IDE. Yeah. Continue is in VS Code. Do we have a code here? Oh, we do have code. Sweet. I think I have that. Am I signed in? I am not signed in. But yeah, I think the extension, this is not, I think it was called Continue. Yes. Continue, Code Straw, Claude, and more. So if you want to do like a local OLAM instance and reference your own LLM, you can do that with Continue. You can also plug into a variety of different ones, whether it's GPT or some of the more powerful models online. I think, what was it? Facebook's one, Claude, I think it was. The new Claude 3.5 or something was pretty good. But anyways, yeah, if you want to stick with your VS Code, I would probably use Continue and then plug in, and you get pretty much a lot of the same features as Cursor. I still think Cursor does it a little better than doing just that specific extension, but something to think about. Appreciate the shout out there. I did mention that a while back. A lot of times in streams, I'm always like, oh, if it's something that's 30 seconds or something, I usually can just spit it out and then someone will get some knowledge out of it. I'm like, cool. Probably should make a video, but I don't know. A 30-second video on that seems kind of pointless. And YouTube short, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a smart man when it comes to that stuff. Oh, Super Maven? Yeah, Super Maven I already talked up on stream. Yeah. Facebook's new model is called Llama. Yeah, Claude's the Anthropic. Yeah, thank you. DWM. I love me some DWM. It's the best. Hands down. Never's failed me yet. How long have I been on DWM now? Like a year or so? When was old DWM Titus made? Yeah. I mean, it's just, I do need to update the releases. We don't have any more PRs. We only have a couple of issues. I did just change the setup script not too long ago. Set up 3 days ago, actually. When I was editing the last stream where we were messing around with, I think we were doing this. Oh, we should just set this up on our Linutil. Speaking of which, since it's a Linux shell day, Linutil. So we've kind of set this up. I think we need like let's go source, and under commands, I feel like we should have like I think we need to chat about design. And so I'm gonna take everybody. I'm gonna pick everybody's brain here. Let's go to Excel Draw. Let's go with like let's just go with a new one. This is kind of our outline. Well, actually, we'll just use this outline, right? Here, let's just put this guy over here. Let's just throw it over here for now. Documentation. I need that just right there, big bold letters, just so I remember. What if, so right now I have these in different repos. All the different numbers are actually different GitHub repos. And I almost feel like pulling all of these inside of the Linux Toolbox repository on GitHub. I don't know how much of a benefit I get from making them all outside of it. So right now I have Linux system set up as its own repo, my NeoVim as my own repo on GitHub, my bash is its own repo on GitHub, and DWM Titus is its own repo. And I feel like I probably should just bring all these repos into Linux Toolbox, because sometimes referencing some of these scripts, it would be so much easier just to be like, hey, clone all these scripts. Now, that was weird. Blacked out on me for a second. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. But anywho, yes. 8 months in Linux thanks to your channel. No interest in going back to Windows. Awesome. Awesome, AE. Yeah. I really want to make the adoption of Linux a lot easier for folks. It's like my life's mission, I think. One of, I should say. And also, honestly, those that stay on Windows, I want to make their lives a lot easier too. And that was the whole purpose of the Windows Toolbox, or the Windows utility. So now when I'm making the Linux Toolbox, I want to accomplish the same thing. Just remove a lot of headaches from just using your system, and make it to where you can just launch this and be like, hey, I want to do this, and then just have it done for you. Yeah. Yeah, I do need to update the Arch Titus as well. There's so much I got to update. So, all right. For now, I think we'll leave it, but I did want to throw this kind of worm in people's brains. Each one of these is its own repo, and sometimes referencing the scripts outside and having the Linutil its own repo. Sometimes people make certain things. I don't know. I'm kind of like, ooh, I think we're going to bring as much into the Linux utility as possible. I don't want to create too many more repos. I think it's fine with NeoVim or DWM or my bash, but I feel like that system setup I started beginning hacking around on, the Linux dash setup actually. This one, I feel like this is too much. It doesn't really fit over here, and I feel like we need to bring this back in-house, back into the Linutil. Having all these different repos, I don't really like this. So what I'm gonna do is change it. We're gonna just grab this and we're gonna wipe out this repo. So for the commands here, I think let's just do a ls and come into GitHub, Linux setup. There it is. And then we have the sh. So this right here is what we're doing. I think I'm just going to do this. Move GitHub, Linux setup, and we're just going to go star.sh. And we're going to just put it right here. So now we have it over here. And I want to rename these too. So let's move these, and we're going to rename them setup. The number's fine, I suppose, but I need this specific to the setup. So I think we'll call this setup. No, system. Let's look back. So we have system setup. We make a separate subfolder, I think. Yeah, that's probably the cleanest way to do commands. So right now, this is what we have for the commands. I think we just go make directory system setup. Let's move these into system setup. And then what I want to do is reference these in this guy. Let's go into our list. And what I want to do is just come down in like test category right here. And we're just going to go system setup. And we're going to just make different system setups right here. Oh, geez, I'm just so out of shape on NeoVim. And we're going to go with a compile. Should we call it compile setup? Yeah, I think what we're going to do is call this developer setup. No, developers won't. Everyone needs to build in. What this script does is, you know how all Linux people are like, well, most Linux people that know what they're doing, they're like, hey, just download the source code and compile it, right? Because it doesn't really matter if the package manager exists or not. I guess I'm talking about Gen 2 users. Actually, not even Gen 2 users. I'm talking about Linux from scratch users. Because Gen 2 users now have binaries. But in typical Linux users' fashions, they always love, at least as you get more in your journey on Linux, to be like, screw whatever package manager, forget whatever distro you're doing. I don't care. I just want this one package and I want the latest and greatest of that package. And really what that is just downloading the source, building it, and then installing it, right? So what this script does is it just gives all the dependencies that most projects need for the building and installing of projects. So then it makes it much easier on you. I just don't know what to label the script. Build install tools, build dependencies, setup. That's not bad. Yeah. Yeah, well, you can use the AUR, but you're going to break your system. Yeah, build prereqs. Thanks, Rux. I think I'm going to go with that. I like that. Yeah, we're going to go build prerequisites. Or build dependencies. I like prerequisites a little better. Sounds fancy. I like it. But the whole point of that is just to make it a lot easier on you to be able to just be like, all right, cool, let's go. Now, for the commands, I think we can just go command and then actually let's go command include string build prerequisites. But no strength. Jeez, it feels better. Commands /1 dash. I mean, Copilot. You're drunk, man. You're drunk. What did I call that? Okay. Linutil source command system setup. Oh, that's right. It was commands dash system setup. And then we have one compile. Why are you recommending me files that don't exist? Okay. It finally got it. Build prerequisites. All right, perfect. And then it's gaming setup for number 2. So for this one, this is gaming setup. I'm going to call this one dependencies. All right. And then on this guy, hey, all right. It did actually read it that time around. All right, cool. So then we're going to have a little bit more of a system here. I like all that. We'll save that out. And then we do need to make this script specifically. So we have this setup, but then I kind of want to make like a system update setup. I don't know. Am I overdoing this? I don't know. I'm having a fantastic day today. It has been just amazing. The system hasn't crashed. We did a system update. My capture cards are working now. What more could you want out of a day? I feel like most people know how to update their system though. I mean, maybe not though. I'm thinking of a new user. No, I think we need to do the full system update. So coming from the IT realm, for as long as I've done IT, the first thing you do after installing any operating system or any system, like let's say you open up a brand new computer, what is the first thing you do, right? This was missed. I saw a very, very popular YouTuber install Linux and not do this and end up breaking a system. Yep, there you go. There you go. You update. You update the system. So a system update is very important after getting your system for the first time out of the box or a fresh install of any operating system. Mac, Windows, Linux, it's all the same. You need to update that system when it comes to after a fresh install. Doing so is always at your own peril. That was probably my biggest critique from when Linus did the Linux challenge, was his his problem with the basically wiping out his entire display renderer and all that, and basically killing Xorg for just installing Steam. There was a bug in the apt repository that the System76 or the Pop! OS team introduced. So it was just really specific to that specific distro. And then he did, the only reason that bug never got discovered is because, well, everyone does exactly what chat just said. They update after installing, and by updating that bug would have never existed. Therefore, that would have never happened in a perfect world. But here we are. So that's kind of why I want to throw in like a full system update. It's actually a good idea. Yeah. So let's build that out. I think that'll be fun. Let's go cursor on this one. I'm driving everybody crazy. I'm going to go between Vim and cursor all night long. It's going to just be all night long. Nothing but Vim and cursor back and forth just to get under people's skin. Oh, the sweet, sweet AdSense revenue. I love it. At least Google pays people. It's better than Twitch. Twitch forces people to sit through ads. Yeah. I'm this is funny. This is funny. I think the YouTube people will laugh at this. Probably the Twitch people too. But I have run so many different, I'm obsessed with like optimizing everything for a better user experience, right? Whether it's on an operating system, whether it's you watching this stream or watching it after the fact. I'm just obsessed with like all the little tiny optimizations you can make to that entire user or viewer experience. And Twitch is just so poorly documented that it's like, how do you make that a really good experience? And you can't turn off ads unless, so like if you're just a true Chad, you can actually not apply to be an affiliate or a partner or anything and not monetize at all. And they won't run ads on your stream. So then you could just stream all day long, every day, and no one will ever have to watch an ad, which is great. The best user experience. But let's say you do want to make $1 on Twitch. That's not an option, right? So you have to run ads. Well, you don't have to run ads, but if you don't, then every single person that joins your stream has to sit through like 90 seconds of Taco Bell ads. You know? And that they immediately click back and go, not interested. I'm just going to pick somebody else. And that is Twitch, right? So to get rid of these pre-roll ads, what you have to do is run ads during the stream. And this is like the biggest miss every single Twitch streamer ever does. So if you do stream on Twitch, heed my words that I'm about to say. You always want to run 3 minutes of ads every hour. No more, no less. And you're like, well, Titus, if you run more ads, don't you get paid more? Yeah, but people hate ads and they won't watch you as much. Therefore, you won't grow as fast. And therefore, you won't go anywhere, especially on Twitch. So don't ever run more than 3 minutes, unless you're like XQC or some crazy streamer that just has tons of viewers. So 3 minutes of ads, and then disable the auto optimization of the ads, because guess what Twitch does by default? And this is just an incorrect program from Twitch Direct. They do 90-second ad intervals every 30 minutes, which sounds not bad, but 90 seconds of ads right in a row, and it's usually the same ads, is pretty bad, and most people will leave during that 90 seconds unless you're like just super entertaining. So what you got to do is got to do it manually and do every 20 minutes, 1 minute of ad. And therefore, you get the 3 allocated minutes per hour, no more, no less, and then you got it good. So that's the best way to do it, and that's the only way you can go, in my opinion, on Twitch. I love that. It's psychologically probably the best, because inevitably the ads are going to just have to be there. And that's kind of where I'm at. Oh, nice. Or you could just VPN into some like unknown third world country where Twitch isn't allowed to run ads. Bam, problem solved. No ads for you on Twitch. So use your VPN that you got anyways, and then do that, and then watch the stream. Or watch someone like me on multi-streaming and just watch the video on YouTube and use Chatterino for Twitch's superior chat. That's big brain. Either way, it's all good. Or just get Turbo, or just buy a subscription. I mean, the thoughts are endless. We could sit here all night. All right, but we're not gonna. All right, we're gonna go into system update. Let's make this script. I don't know why I went off on that tangent. That was a weird tangent, but I don't do shorts or anything. You think I was making a YouTube video there, but you're wrong. I don't do that. Let's do system update. We'll just call it, actually, let's go touch system update.sh. And I think we've been doing these scripts all wrong when I look at them too. So right now we're doing a shebang and then bin bash, right? What if, and I'm kind of spitballing here, what if we changed bash to sh? Because I think sh is a little bit lighter weight and it runs a little bit better. How do you like your HP Z8? I really like it. I did have to strip out most of the BIOS, like HP's Wolf Security BIOS, and the extra BIOS from HP is maddening, but you can disable all those features, and I did. And after customization though on the HP Z8, solid. It's been great. All right, let's see. Yeah, I might try that, but for now I think we're gonna leave it. What do we have here? Okay. Oh, it's just saying CD or exit. That should be fine. Except that's actually a good idea. That's just shell check. Packer, probably double quote. I don't think there's any packaging materials that would ever have a space in them though. So I think we'd be fine with that. Let's look at Packer real fast. When that's getting displayed up here, Packer, Pacman, and then let's see, apt, DNF, zipper for SUSE people. I think I'll be fine. Oh, nice. Coming through with Twitch ad solutions. Yeah, I think there's Purple Blocker. There's a bunch of other ones out there too. I say use them. I don't care. Twitch pays me like $13 a month to run ads. So if you can bypass them, do it. Oh, Peter's in the house. What's up, Peter? Oh, what do we have? We did have a super chat question. Let me go back here, intro server. Sorry about missing that. Sometimes when I'm like in the middle of a thought, I want to finish the thought, but let's come back. When are you planning to get your hands on a new Snapdragon X Elite ARM laptop? I hope you hear the thoughts about it. I see very huge potential. I think the initial thoughts on the Snapdragon, I haven't actually gotten my hands directly on it, but I would say not as impressive as I hoped, but it's a decent effort for a first gen. And I know some of the loading Linux on it can be a little tricky because of some of the extra like firmware blobs that haven't quite been developed. I mean, it can work, but not anything to like write home about yet. I'm kind of curious to see where it goes, but I don't know. I don't know if it's just going to be like a flash in the pan, because this isn't the first time we saw Windows on ARM. And if you remember the Windows RT project from like Windows 8 era, it was really bad back then. But this feels a little different, but still pretty underwhelming. I wouldn't go out and buy one right now, especially at the price they're asking and the performance that a lot of people I'm seeing from the Elite. So I'm not going to personally buy them, and I don't really do hardware reviews on my channel. I will look at hardware, and I will occasionally do like a laptop review, but like I don't have any like Asus contacts, and they're not going to send me one, and I'm not going to review one unless I can load Linux on it or something of that nature. So if there was like a Linux ARM device, I probably would go out and buy. But to buy one of those and then hack around to get Linux kind of working on it, it's just not my jam. It's not my thing. So that's why I'm like, I appreciate the option being there, but no one should go buy one of these Snapdragon Elite X laptops. They all kind of suck, if we're being honest. It's neat, and I hope they succeed and they get better, and then the next generations, catches up to where, the first gen of Macs are. But this first iteration of ARM devices on Windows was a little bit of a letdown in my view. Again, that's just what I've seen from software support, and then also the just overall hardware specs have not been very impressive from the benchmarks I've seen. But when Tuxedo does a Snapdragon laptop, I'll reach out to him. Yeah, I will totally do it when a Linux company or a Linux manufacturer does do an ARM device. That's when I can probably get a little more excited about it, and then we can kind of bench it a little more, because I really am looking forward to that. It is better supported than Windows RT. I will say that, and LTT's done a lot of coverage from that. However, you got to remember the bias of LTT. They are getting paid quite handsomely to do a lot with these laptops. You know, and I'm not mean they're not getting like a check from ASUS. Well, they might be, but I don't think so. I think that it's more of, hey, they do get like flown out there to like look at the lab and get their hands on it first. So whenever you have those benefits, you don't want to ruin that relationship. So that does give bias. So that's what I'm saying here. It's not like he's paid to just, oh, I'm going to just say these are awesome. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that he does obviously have a bias in that regard. Oh, cool. The last recommendation for LCT. Yeah, good to hear. All right, there we go. All right, getting back to it. What are we? Dude, we're an hour and 15. Man, I am just blabbing away tonight. Someone in chat probably been like, okay, shut up now, Chris. Let's see. What are we doing here? Now, I like to keep kind of the same. Do we want to create anything here? I don't think we're going to create any programs or packages. So we're going to just go and specify our declare that. We're not going to clone or make a new directory for this. I think what we will do is check the environment, check package manager, and I think that's good. We'll probably get path. I think we're going to clear that out. Check super user group. We're grabbing the packager from all these different ones, and command exists. All right. Yeah, I like LTT. LTT's fine. Like I said, I've always had good interaction with them. But I mean, a lot of people, you got to remember, they are a media company. So at the end of the day, they have a huge payroll. There's a lot of things going on. So you should expect certain things to happen with a lot of big, a lot of big YouTubers. It just goes with the territory. You do end up getting some bias because you're going to get stuff for free. And if someone gave me like a free $5,000 laptop, well, that's a lot different from me going and buying a $5,000 laptop and giving a review on it. So there'd be an inherent bias for me from receiving that. That's all I'm saying. And a lot of YouTubers might disagree with that, but it's just, I think, the psychology behind it. All right, so let's go left. Thanks for the sub. Tier 1. All right, man. First month too. Welcome. All right, so we got this. We're doing a check environment, and then when I'm done with this check environment, I want to update the system. So we're going to make a update system function. So let's go update system. Are they listening to me? That was weird, but that was cool. All right. And then from this packager update upgrade, I want to say this is not good enough because you can't do update and upgrade because of like Pac-Man and all that. This needs to be split up per distribution because each packager has different syntax. Sorry for the spelling errors. Okay, I mean, that's fine. From a switch case, that's okay. Yum, apt, DNF, Pac-Man, yep. Zipper. I like that, actually. Why? I wonder why apt got... Why'd they skip apt? Oh, there it goes. There. For some reason, it was not showing up for me a second. So, update, upgrade, Pac-Man SYU, and then zippers a refresh and update. Yes. Do we like this? From just a system update system perspective, I think this is okay. Top grade. Top grade is, I think you do version locking with top grade, correct? Let's go look. Someone from chat says top grade. Let's go Paru S top grade. We'll go with the bin. Oh, it's an AUR. All right, let's look at it first. I really hate using things from the AUR. Upgrade all the things. Oh, I see what you mean now. That's kind of cool, actually. Ooh, that's really neat. What about Debian in Ubuntu and all the other? Because there's so many distros in there that we have to support. I really wish Topgrade worked with those. But dang, that's so cool. Doug, thanks for the gifted sub. Could install it with pipx. Does it work with Debian? I'll give a link to the script. Yeah, we can. Well, it's going to be uploaded directly to the Linutil, and then have that out too. So, ooh, I kind of like this though. Let's run Topgrade. I kind of want to just see it in action. I'm usually against using the AUR, but it does have a bin file, and I think it'll be fine. It's relatively small too, from a build perspective. pipx works on Deb. Okay. Why Trizen? I'm using Paru. Topgrade. So, Topgrade. Pull repos. Confirmed, yes. So what is it grabbing? Okay, sure. We had a couple Arch packages, I guess. Node.js and MyPaint. I didn't even know I had MyPaint installed to be. But why is this working so slow too? Are you excited for the next GIMP upgrade? Not really. I hate to say that. I really don't like new stuff. Doug, thanks for the tier 1. I mean, so here's the reason behind that. The big, why does it want to upgrade my QEMU? Pack new found. Oh, I don't like it touching stuff. Man, I don't know about that. Don't touch my QEMU. No. Proton up. Sure, that's okay. I don't like anything touching my virtual machine setup because I just really like to be able to come over here, pull up my windows. Pull up my windows? Okay, I was about to say, please tell me my Windows still works. I hadn't tried it in a little bit, so that's still working. Okay. Oh no, Doug. You didn't mean to gift the sub. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Oh, wish I could refund it. Yeah, so the big thing why I don't like GIMP 3 specifically, you're going to laugh at this. You're going to be like, oh, we don't break the user space. The big thing, let's quit Chatterino for a second. I usually, let's just open whatever this is. Oh, that's a good one. So what I like to do usually is I'll usually like select this, and then I have all these little script foo things where I don't usually use orange, so let's just go black. So I'll outline myself, and then usually like a drop shadow, and I'll just drop that on there really aggressive like. And you know, on this one I probably did I have my color curves usually. Oh, I didn't even do a custom color curve. So usually I'll do something like that to make it pop. And that right there is done. This is where I differ from almost every Linux user is, well, I mean, there's a lot of Linux users that are probably like me. They just don't say anything out loud online. So for you guys that never speak or leave comments, I'm about to say something. I don't like updating anything sometimes. When I just want to get things done and everything works perfect, I hate updating. I absolutely, you have to drag me over hot coals, kicking and screaming to get me to update things. I really, really just love coming in, doing my work, getting through it, and then be like, sweet, that was great. I just updated a thumbnail. Now I'm back here doing my thing. Let's finish this video or stream. I love not updating. That's like, I think probably one of the biggest selling points to Linux. Like, you don't have to update if you don't want to. I think that's awesome. The black shirt makes the stream and you so dark. Yeah, well, I mean, I got this giant spotlight on me. Here, I'll fix it. Ah, much better. You can see me clear as day. Ah, it's an after dark stream now. You only get the outline. Witness protection, Chris. This is all you get. I blend into the background. Although it's screwed on my green screen now. Oh, that looks bad. What's up with what's old Top Gear? Is it breaking my system? What's it doing? Oh, huh. Yeah, that was interesting. The top grade. Sure. Let's try it again. All right, no. Yeah. I mean, updating all this stuff using top grade just seems like a good way to break your system. Just my thought. I don't know why you'd want to update all this at one go. You'd have to be kind of a crazy person. I mean, I appreciate the project. I think it's a cool idea in practice, in theory, but not in practice. Like right now, as we're going through, oh, that's right, I had DistroBox installed. Totally forgot about that. As it's going through and updating everything, I'm kind of like, oh, brother, I don't know. I think I don't want to update that. This is so much crap it's updating. You really don't like it. Yeah, I'd probably just do once a week on Arch. I think that's fine. And honestly, most Arch updates, I've gone a couple weeks and it's fine too. It's not like the old days where you had to update almost daily, it felt like. Otherwise, like the key ring would break on Arch. But I mean, Arch has gotten a lot better in recent years. Why is your internet so slow? I don't know. Maybe we need to look at that. Maybe we need to, oh, that would be another one we could do. Let's get on Arch Titus and start stealing some stuff too. Updating, when we update the system, we could make this part of the script. We've already decided top grade's probably not going to make the cut. Just from a sysadmin point of view, I would never run this on someone else's computer. That would be so silly. Unless I hated that person. And I don't hate you guys, so I'm not gonna force this upon you. That is wild. Yeah, I don't know what's up with my thing, but let's do that. Yeah, symmetrical internet would be nice right now. But I don't think that's it. Let's go to Arch Titus, the project that is completely broken right now. But I remember making something specifically for slow interwebs. So first off, let's grab, how's our parallel? Let's look at pacman.conf. Does Arch still ship with Pacman not in doing parallel downloads? That should have been fixed like forever ago, but let's look. Yeah, parallel downloads is at 5. It's fine. I think really just doing reflector, rsync, and rsync right here would be fine. Oh, you missed the broken kernel for games? An AMD developer made a blunder. Oh no, that's funny. Because yesterday I was swearing, I was like, man, maybe I shouldn't have switched from AMD, but that makes me feel better about my choice. Rate mirrors, Derek, is what you like using? All right, yeah, we got another one for rate mirrors. Refactor's probably old. Let's go to rate mirrors. All right, chat has chimed in and saved the day. I was about to do refactor. Reflector, I'm sorry, not refactor. Let's grab it from chat. Rate mirrors it is. So we got Arch and Arch-based distros. Okay, great. Build manually or just go rate mirrors bin. Yeah. Usage. Rate mirrors Arch. So for this one, this is going to be a little bit of more interesting grabbing each person's distro, because some people use Catchy, some people use Endeavor, Manjaro. Catchy is really, a lot of people are like, whoa, why haven't you done a video on Catchy yet? It's actually gotten a lot of popularity, so I will have to probably check that out at some point in time. It's also fast mirrors is good on other distros. Yeah, we could use that as well. Look at that. See, we already got a couple people in chat saying Catchy OS, Catchy OS. All right. Unless you guys are a bunch of paid actors, we're gonna have to check that out sometime. Not tonight though. Oh, can't. I just can't. I want to get some stuff done. All right, what do we have? Let's go. I feel like for Arch, for Pacman users, no confirm rate mirrors. Oh, that's a AUR. Ah, darn it. I gotta check the AUR first. So before this, we gotta do just call it fast update. let's just call it fast update. And we're going to go right here, put this function in here, fast update. All right, perfect. So let's go. Do we have an AUR helper install script already made? I don't want to reinvent the wheel here. All right, Pacman, multi-lib, mirror list. All right, I think we have quite a bit for Pacman. I don't really like how this is laid out with the if else. Let's change that. Change to switch statement. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Let's just double check to make sure Jippity didn't screw me over here. Fat fingered something. That darn AI, it's out. All right, I like it actually. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, I just really like switch statements. As I've gotten further into my bash scripts, I've really enjoyed doing that instead of the nested if statements. All right, so we have that now. Let's just grab these things. I think would be fine. And we'll probably do, yeah, that should be fine. So we'll take that, paste it in here. Let's fix this up. Case packer. Yeah. Let's escape that. Okay. So now we got our switch for fast update. We should already have packer declared up here. And we're not going to use any multi-lib. Let's get rid of it. But what I wanted this for is one, the switch statement, but also getting our AUR helper. We are using yay instead of paru, but hey, that's fine. If not, it'll specify the AUR helper. That's great. So now when we have that for the dependencies, this is actually going to be rate mirror bin. Just to make sure that works, let's come back over here. Oh, lordy, really? Let's quit. I'm done with Top Gear. Top grade. Get out of here, top grade. Yeah, I love switch statements. It just makes things look pretty in there, and it's so much easier. So, Loop, catch you up to speed since you just joined in. We're switching back to Rust. Just Linux user updated our Rust menu, and it made my .NET / C# Linux menu look like, you know, a kindergartner with, yeah, it just looked bad. So yeah, we've switched back to Rust, but it's a lot better. 32-bit dependencies, mainly for the libraries, Grand Plane. Most people like to play games, specifically Steam, and maybe I'm out of turn here. If you're a Linux user that doesn't install Steam and use it for games at all, in any case, or don't play games on your Linux box, please speak up, because I find most people do play games, and almost every single game out there requires 32-bit libraries. Yeah, games is like half the reason. I would say probably 80% of the reasons why x86 is still relevant. I agree. Yeah. So we're back on Rust. We're back on Rust. I've caved. Yeah, I mean, we all knew that was going to happen, Loop. It was just like, well, is it going to be Rust or is it going to be Go? That's what we were really, that was the big debate. Everything else is like, wait, chat Jippity couldn't make it work. Oh no, it worked, but it worked like chat Jippity made it work. And honestly, that was with me like massaging the code that Jippity spit out too. And it was me being such a noob. I think whenever you have old Jippity write more than a line of code and you don't know much about programming, it's always going to end in disaster. It's always going to end in like this cobbled together Frankenstein program that probably might compile and run, but will have some like massive bugs and just go haywire. The people saying like programmers' jobs are going to get taken over by chat GPT, I think is a little silly. I just don't ever see it getting to the point where it's like, okay, I can replace a whole human. And frankly, I feel like it's getting worse than actually better. In the past 6 months, I feel like the results I get from old Jippity has decreased in value than increased. But, you know, I've gone on this rant 1,000 times. I'm not going to go on it again. Yeah, all right. Let's see. Rate mirror bin. So we're going to take this, and we're just going to go paru and make sure that goes through. Oh, it did not. Did I misspell it? rate mirrors bin. See, that's why I always like copy my code directly from the script and then try it out in terminal first, just to make sure it takes without any like user interaction and that type of thing. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's much more like Tenacious and Tech Guy. I think Dylan, I wholeheartedly believe it will decrease the number of jobs, maybe take the place of future jobs, but for it to replace like senior programmers and that type of thing, I just don't see it doing that. Now there's going to be some more like entry level positions that I think will just flat out disappear because the AI will probably do those better because they just don't have the experience or know how to be better than an AI bot. There are those people that are just not there yet. And I think that the only thing I consider from like a rebuttal or something I'd consider as you know, a rebuttal to my argument would be, okay, well, if the junior level programmers can't get in the job because they suck and they're not as good as like just AI bot, well, how are they ever going to become senior developers, and how are they ever going to get a job to learn the things or mentor or go under those people? That's, I think, a greater argument to be made there. Getting the experience will become much harder than having your hand held by like a mentor or something like that at a company. Still think, I think the path will just change a bit. I think more programming will go. You'll see a lot more freelancing, and I think the secondary market will open up in that regard to kind of swallow up those people just kind of coming out. But I don't know. Again, it's not really my thing. It's just my shower thought of the day. No, I wouldn't put any stock in that. I'm definitely not making that a clip. I would not make a YouTube video saying it. Holy hell. I remember when I did like an AI thumbnail. Oh, the YouTube comments, they were so mean. Still have nightmares. All right. Now we got rate mirrors bin. So how are we going to use rate mirrors? For the usage, rate mirrors arch. So if you go rate mirrors arch, what happens? I feel like there's probably going to be something else I needed to add here. Yeah, I can't blame them either on the AI art. There's so many messed up things and so many messed up takes from AI. I'm definitely not saying that. So it spit out all of our server, but I feel like this should be in like if we cat etc pacman.d mirror list. So this is the mirror list we're currently on. And this is where it needs to spit out to. So wouldn't it just go like sudo rate mirrors arch and then go out? I feel like that would be the way to go. I've used ChatGPT to help with writing a VR minigame application, but the thing is, once you learn the code by seeing examples, you become smarter than the AI and stop using it. I agree with that. I think that's where ChatGPT is really going to, like, where I find it really beneficial is it's a great learning utility. And you're like, hey, write a function for me. And you could look at the function and go, oh, okay, I see kind of how he's doing it. And then you're like, but that's not right because I'm getting this error. So then you like highlight it and you go, hey, this section's wrong because I'm getting this certain error. And then it'll be like, oh, my apologies. I screwed that up. And then they do it. So yeah, I think using AI specifically to learn, I think is probably the future of AI, I would say. All right, so we got save, etc, and then -- allow root. So what this should look like is -- oh wait, nope. -- save -- wait, go -- save etc pacman.conf and then pacman.d / mirror list and then -- allow root. All right, let's go rate mirrors -- help. Let's see. Allow running by root and then save. I think I just put the arguments in. Yeah, I just put them in the wrong spot. So if we look at this, all of this run should happen right here. And then probably at the very end, put arch. Yeah, arch must be last. Yeah. So now if we do it, we get the permission denied. But if we run it as sudo, now it's going to go through, spit it out, and then save it as root. So this would be, yeah, I really hate using pipe commands, specifically in scripts. It can kind of do some weird things. So I would prefer to do it all with one command. Just my thought process. All right, so then when we retest, I do like this. This is nice. Okay, so then it spit it out. So what the, oh my God, that's quite a few mirrors. So it finished. It should be Kiku, OSBeck, Yuki, Kiku. I don't know what's up with all these weird names. So this is what it should look like on a cat. So let's take a peek here. Let's just cat our mirror list. Oh, wait, no. Cat mirror list. Oh, okay. I mean, is there really a reason to put all this in here, rate mirrors, people? I don't think it hurts anything, but I guess having it there is nice. Have it as a comment and go, okay, why is it using this mirror? And then you'd be like, oh, I did it back in and I was getting this speed and now I'm not. How strange. But anyways, that should still work. So let's just do a sudo pacman syu. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, there's so many flags. Limit 10 would probably be another one. And -- disable comments. Yeah, okay. So let's do this one more time. So we have the -- save. Let's just append these. So first -- limit 10, and then -- disable -comments. Okay, limit not found. Let's go help. What? Come on, what's the limit? Top number to retest. Top mirror number to retest. Default 5. Okay. Max jumps. Yeah, right now I'm looking to see. We could just do a minimum of 1,000. Oh, well, no, that's going to, other people are going to run this and they're going to have a crap internet connection. They're like, what the hell? Titus zeroed out my mirrors. Now I can't update my system. All right, yeah, that would be bad. So having said that, now that we're messing with the actual mirrors list, we need to make sure we do a backup just in case things go awry. Anywho, if I was going on my own system, I would do that. But I need to make sure my brain is working as if I'm deploying it to like 1,000 systems. Okay. It does not actually have a limit trigger. Weird. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but I thought it would just, can't we just grab like the top 5? I mean, we could always just take the, I would imagine they'd have something like that. I'm just missing it. Oh man, sorry to hear that, James. Take it easy. Have a good night, man. All right, let's go. Let's just save the mirrors. Okay. I don't want to save all these mirrors though. So let's look. Skip ones which haven't completed syncing. Completion 1. So people do this. Max delay. I wonder what this max delay is. Sort mirrors, max delay. Skip ones with delays since the last sync longer than 1 day. Top mirrors to retest 10. All right, I think I'm gonna grab that. Let's try that and just see what it spits out. So let's go top mirrors to retest 10. Oh, wait, you're YouTube. You're YouTube over here. All right. So on this one, we'll just go save rate mirrors, limit 10. What we'll do. All right. Got a couple extra characters there. That's okay. And if we look just to make sure, top mirrors numbers to retest. Default's 5, but somehow it's actually increasing that number. Let's change this to 5. I feel like that is the way to go. Disable comments. Let's just see if it spits out 5 or not. And I almost want to add another max delay here because of the syncing issue. So if you look, I hate to get too lost in the weeds here, but I really, really like this to be a lot faster. Just good for everybody. All right, that's perfect. So this is exactly what should be in our cat mirror list, and it is. So pacman syu sudo that. Yeah, that's pretty solid. That's fast. All right, that pretty much fixes it. Yeah, well, I just want to make sure the flags are good. Like, that's the whole purpose of doing this. So what ends up happening to so many Linux users, and this is probably what's happened to anybody that watches me, really, and I do this too, so just know that you're not alone. What I always end up doing is I will fix something like this, and then I will run it, and inevitably, I will forget what I did. So part of this setup script is selfishly, I'm making it for me as well. So when I'm on my systems and I'm redoing things, I can go, oh, okay, we're good. Awesome. Everything's working perfect now. And I can easily reinstall and get my system up faster than before. So that's the whole purpose behind this. So yeah, I like this. We're going to just go rate mirrors, bam. And this is just going to fly through that. So now that we've done that, we need to do the same for apt. Oh, goodness. All right, so let's go fast mirrors, or fast mirror, actually. Linux. And I think it's fast mirror. Fast mirror. That's so old. Well, it's like 5 years old. Fastest mirror. Oh, that's right. They killed CentOS. Thanks, Red Hat. Fast mirrors. I think we forgot allow root. I think we got it. Yeah, we got allow root. And the other basis here too, like if we look, so how we grab the packager is not actually the way to specify Arch. You actually need to do it a different way. And I've done this before and I can't remember how I coded it, but I do remember you can't just grab the distro based on, you actually have to, there's a, I think it's in etc os release, I want to say. Yeah, it's not in any of these scripts. So what we need to look at is os release for that. What was that in? It's my bash. I think it was just my bash. Let's go bash rc. Did I have it in here? Yeah, there was, I had some code I already wrote specifically over this. Was it distribution? So etc os release for distribution. That's fine. Check ID like only if D type is still unknown. Yeah. This is it. This is what we need. And that looks wild, doesn't it? Why is that like that? Yeah. I don't rightly know. But we're gonna bring that over a little. I don't know why it was indented so far. I feel like it's still indented too far. Oh no, it's not really. It's a switch within a switch. It's the inception of switches. So there's ID like, and then there's also ID. So when you're doing it, it'll be SUSE, Debian, Gentoo, Arch, Slackware. Oh my gosh, I went hard on this. All right, and then we got D type. So this is setting D type, and then once we have D type, we should have, and we'll modify this a bit. For our dependencies and check environment, let's put it over here. We'll do it in the check environment function, and we're gonna have Red Hat, SUSE, Debian, Gentoo, Arch, Slackware. That's pretty much everybody. Am I missing anything else? I don't think so, but right here for D type, yeah, this is silly. Like, why am I doing this? Let's just set D type equals ID. Yeah, I might do ID like if it's not there. So let's go here, and then I think D type ID. I couldn't see that actually being, maybe, but I don't think so. I think that'll be fine. So we'll have D type set. We're just going to specify it like that. I actually looked at Haskell. I was interested. You remember during all the crypto craze where people were like, hey, crypto's going to be so good. You hear about blockchain, bro? It's amazing. So during that whole craze, I started looking at like the projects themselves, and I wanted to actually understand some of the code and stuff that people were doing on it. There's actually quite a bit of projects that were actually built with Haskell. So I was like, I don't know if they just did it to convolute things or if they just really like Haskell. Strange. Missing T on line 83. Oh, D type. There we go. Thank you. So now we just got to specify D type over here. Instead of packager, what we do is... Actually, I don't know why I just did all this. Now that I'm thinking about it, does it really matter? No, it does, because the rate limit. Okay, yeah, that's right. Because when it's down here, we do need to have the ID. So for, did I install this in the, Chris, what are you doing? Chris, come on, man. Not cool. Not cool, bro. Wrong script, Chris. All right, let's close those two scripts. Let's come back here, and we're gonna just add this right here. Do we even? I don't think we really need to go local D type. I think what we're gonna do is just pull this in. Let's make this look like I actually wrote it. D type, D type. All right, and then once we're not following. It's not specified as input. See child. Ah, I gotcha. Just apply that. That's fine. And then we could do an else D type like if it was not, if D type wasn't specified. Although I think D type fine. All right. So then the whole purpose of doing this, come on, Chris, don't lose your train of thought, is to put D type. Yeah, D type. Perfect. Wait, what happened here? What are you doing, AI? Okay. Now, why? It wants, yeah, it's fine. There's never going to be a space in D type. So we're good. Let's run this and see what we get. So this should actually set up the system and then automatically use rate mirrors after installation. Save this out. But before we do that, let's go and, oh, oops, yeah. Let's go sudo copy etc pacman mirrorlist to pacman mirrorlist back. Yes. We don't want to be the person that wipes out someone's mirror list and then didn't make a backup. That would not be cool. That'd be very uncool of me to do. Yeah, it's so easy to get lost in the weeds with but if you don't think of these little things, it can totally screw you over. And I think that's the big thing about Linux that most people don't realize is there's certain things that, yeah, if you wiped out someone's mirror list just by forgetting something, it can be basically break their system so it doesn't update. And if they don't know what's wrong with their system and they're using something like this and they're new, well, then they're like, oh crap, I got to reinstall a distro. And that's no bueno. Do you use Rofi or do you have a config? I do, Sal. This is the config I use for my Rofi. So what that looks like is, let me just pull that. Here, I'll just give it to you. Let's just go over to, what is that? cd root.config Rofi. Oh, got a lot going on with my Rofi. Huh. Thought it was just config. I'm using Papyrus, basic config file, theme, side tab, Nord, Risey. Okay. So, Haspin config, and then Haspin themes, side tab, dash Nord. Yeah. So what I would do is here, I'll paste it in the chat for everybody. Here is the config. And config Rofi config dot what was that? Razzie. What's up with that names? And then Rofi theme side tab Nord Razzie. Okay. Let's just take that. And then this one's gonna be Rofi themes. Hopefully that worked. Yeah. So that's the structure behind it for my specific one for those that care. Sorry for spamming, but yeah. Oh, you actually use HP for Handbrake. Ah, okay. Yeah, Haspin's what I use HP for. I still run that server. I've had so many Haspin servers and stuff online just get shut down on me, whether it's ix.io or other ones. So that's why I ended up just rolling my own. Like I just got tired of having to spin up something new each time. So the next one, let's come over here and I'm going to just wipe all this out and wipe this out. And zipper. And we're not even going to test for here. We'll just do unsupported. And then for here, write code for apt package manager using fast mirror that speeds up. Ooh, what was that one where it did parallel downloads for apt? Anyways, let's see what old Jippity gives us. Write code for apt package manager using fast mirror that speeds up downloads in apt. Oh, it's apt fast. That's right. I forgot about apt fast. That's good. That is good. But now do it without using a PPA. App fast isn't going to be available, so Jippity can only take us so far. I think we broke it. Oh well. Yeah, Nala's, I don't think it'll actually speed it up, Christian. Nala's more of a wrapper to just kind of make it look pretty. And it's like, I don't know what to do with this. Let's just cancel that. That's fine. That's all fine, but let's see it on apt fast. Is apt fast? Well, let's see. Does Nala actually, Nala might have added something. Does Nala, let's go. Is Nala faster than apt? I don't think there was anything in there. Oh shit, yeah, I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong here. Just disregard everything I just said for the last couple of minutes. Nala is actually faster than that. Yeah, let's just use Nala. I even made a video about it. That's the funny thing about this. Nala Linux. Let's go. That's not it. That's something different, isn't it? No, that's Nala. I thought it was GitLab. What about the install? Now, Nala, I think, comes baked into Debian and most distros nowadays. Doesn't it? Yeah, let's just do Nala. Yeah, and that's pretty much what AppFast did. AppFast was just a little bit quick. It was before Nala, so that's why old Jippity recommended it. Nala. Nala. Another fun fact here is you should be using apt-get instead of just apt in, actually when you go to install things, instead of apt-get, or instead of apt. Apt-get is more friendly for bash scripts. Let's just see where all apt is. All right. Yeah, I was just changing that around, so that would be good. Yum, pretty much deprecated at this point. I think we can get rid of Yum. DNF, Pacman, Zipper, I think is really the big support. Nobody's using CentOS like 6. Hell, I think even CentOS 6 had DNF support. No, it came in CentOS 7. Not that it matters. That was like 15 years ago. All right. Yeah, so this should technically work. And then on the update system, instead of doing the packager, and then what we want to do, switch packager from app to Nala. Variable. Make the package, I should just variable Nala. Okay. All right, cool. So we've got that. This should actually be apt-get, and then I thought we apt. Okay, apt-get, dot. That's fine. Apt-get. Now this one should be Nala instead of apt-get. I feel like we should do like a command exists for this before hitting into the apt-get. Let's just do an or Nala. Yeah, fast fetch isn't in the repos, but Nala's been in there for a while now. Nobody should be really doing that much. Do we want to really pull from it? I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, I still like using GPT. More often than not, it is faster. It does give me like the switch cases and everything properly, but man, it just hallucinates so much. And sometimes it just doesn't understand what I'm trying to ask it. And sometimes I just don't do a good job of asking too. So, all right, that one's good. How do you speed up DNF? So make script to speed up DNF. Nice. Okay. I like it. What do we think of that? That's actually not bad. That is basically what I was think to do myself. I might clear the cache before making it, but honestly, if a make cache should actually clear out what's there. So for the rel-based users should be fine. All right, fine. I think it actually got it right. We could do distro box. Distro box list. We do have a Fedora. So let's go distro box enter Fedora. All right. If we look, let's do a sudo dnf. Let's just try this. Let's just go Control C actually. And in here, we're going to just try and see what it does. Yeah, could not find fastest mirror. Good idea in principle, but it did not work for me. DNF search fast. Let's try fast. Oh, well, fast. Maybe fast mirror? That's too much. Grep mirror. No. In some versions of Fedora, you need an uncomment max parallel downloads. It's true. Where would that be in a distro box? Not sure. Yeah, I mean, usually that's like in an etc. But if you go into... Oh, no, there it is. Yum repos. Never mind. Eat my words today. Let's look at the Fedora. Let's look at that. Let's go vim into Fedora repo. Okay. Guess I never installed nvim over here, huh? It drives me crazy. Like, the shortcut key is neat. Oh, jeez, that's right. It's no by default in rel. Okay. Yeah, in my experience, Fedora 36 parallel downloads. Yeah, DNF has always done a pretty good job on downloads. Maybe we don't even optimize the downloads on Fedora. I've never had slow downloads on Fedora. It's actually one of the better, when it comes to DNF, it's one of the better of all. Same with Zipper, actually. I don't think we optimize Zipper or DNF. Really, apt is the only one that's just atrocious. And Pacman. Pacman's set up just terribly out of the box. Both apt and Pacman, which is kind of funny because most distributions use apt and Pacman as their main packagers, but they're like the worst out of all of them from stock settings. What are you using to manage your audio? I'm starting to try Linux more, but a major factor keeping me back is my microphone work. It's always really quiet, even using Also Mixer or Pavu control. You might try Jack. However, I really dislike a lot of audio settings in Linux. I personally, when I set it up where I had my main production box, Linux, spoiler, it's Windows now. Because a lot of my audio settings and more proprietary stuff, like I have some Elgato decks and other things, it just is easier just to have it in Windows. And Windows handles audio a little bit better than Linux. Actually, a lot better. And same with Mac, if you're a Mac person. But I digress. The solution to your answer is probably to come like into like a config, and I'd probably go into like Pulse. And usually you can get a configuration in Pulse. I want to say it was config. What was the file? You could actually do etc. Is it Pulse in here? Yeah. And then I would vim into like a client configuration. And then usually I would set, because I like to run it 4800 hertz instead of the 44200. It's a little bit better, I feel like. So, man, it must have been default PA, actually. Where was that? I'm gonna eat my words here. Shoot, I don't remember. It wasn't in Daemon, right? Oh, it was. All right, yeah, we got there. But yes, I usually just do also Pulse, and then I set all my default formats specifically here with like my sample rates, because I like to, again, run at 48,000. And by default, it likes to go 44,200, which I don't know if it makes much of a difference for most people, but for me, I feel like 48,000 is just a bit better, and I like it set up, so I change all that around personally. I know some people get in the weeds here with like Jack and other things, but you know, that's just my 2 cents. Linux is great for audio when it's low latency audio, so you can monitor your mic without getting speech jammed, which is harder to do in Windows. Yeah, there's some caveats there, Dwarf. If you're gonna do it because of latency, there's a couple extra steps. It's not an easy thing to do right out of the box. You probably will need to be using a real-time kernel, and then obviously there's a lot of setup and customizability there with Linux. You can make it work, and it can be better than Windows, as with most things in Linux. But getting there and getting better than what you can do in Windows and Mac is extremely difficult for a layman. And someone that's really, really good with audio, yes, you can, but you got to learn all the things. And chances are you already know the other counterparts, whether it's Mac or Windows, and it's definitely easier to set those up, I think, in those operating systems comparatively to Linux. Oh, you just put it in your .config Rofi folder, Sal. I think I should have done it on my my K-Focus laptop when we did that stream. Isn't Linux always a bit harder? So yeah, I think this is a misconception. It depends on what it is, and it depends on what you're using and the setup scripts and things like you have. In my mind, here's the idea behind this whole script. Everything we're doing tonight, I know I get lost in these like really deep details on how we're making the package managers update faster, right? And I'm trying different things, and I know that's a little aggravating, but this whole project should, when it's complete, let me just refresh, because it's been so long now since I've actually done an update. I should do a commit here too. Let's go over to source, and let's do actually not source. Let's go cargo run. Let's build this out real fast. All right. So the idea behind this is you have a new system, you boot it up, and think of like Windows or Mac in this regard. You just go into your system settings, you drill down, and then you would click update, and then it would go to their servers and it would update your system. And the idea for something like this, you would just click here, it would automatically synchronize everything, it would go through and go, okay, cool, let's grab the fastest mirror, and then just do it all for you, and then it would be up to date. And then let's say you're like, hey, okay, now I want to set up a custom cool bash prompt so I can be like that favorite guy I love watching on YouTube, Chris Titus. So you want your prompt to look like this. What you would do is run the utility again. Let's go Z Linutil. All right, so we're here. And this would be a binary file, by the way. It would be just Linutil. You wouldn't even have to do any of this. So you run the script, boom, it pops up. You're like, okay, I want to set up my bash prompt and be exactly how Titus has it. So it goes through, it grabs all the dependencies, it does the configuration files for you, and then it's ready to roll. Boom. And then you launch it, and it's done. It's that fast, right? So I know when you guys are watching the streams, and many people are going to make fun of me, especially Windows users, and go, Titus, you're spending hours to do this one thing in Linux. That is completely silly and stupid. But the idea behind this is I'm going to spend hours doing this one thing to make it seconds, way faster than you could ever do it in Mac or Windows. And then you won't have to do it. It'll be seconds for you, and you won't have to spend hours doing any of this crap. It'll just work. And that's the whole premise that I'm trying to achieve here with my Linux utility, is make everything seconds to install and configure and get it working exactly how I have it. And then if you want to tinker from there, I really encourage you to, but I want you to get to a space where you're like, this is cool. I feel cooler just by using it. And then I think that would help a lot more people adopt Linux. Yeah, it's 5 a.m. and we only got 3 more hours. You need to hang in there, Yusuf. It's 5 a.m. I expect at least 8 a.m. I don't want you going to bed. You gotta keep watching me. But yes, the whole idea is eventually to be super lazy with this this program. And I think we're getting there. Like, Sal was in chat earlier and he was talking about Rofi. let's just make a new script for him right now. Let's make the very first practical use case for someone that's not me. Actually, I'll probably use this as well. Let's go to here. First, lazy G system update option. All right, let's just push that commit out. And now we're going to go into a new command, new file. We're going to call this one Rofi setup.sh. We might move this into system. We'll see. And what we're going to do here is, ooh, I need to set up probably a Rofi project. Oh, this is probably in DWM actually. Let's not do it here. Wait, no, there's times where people might want to do a Rofi setup. Ooh, should I create a new repo? God bless, I don't need another GitHub repository to keep up with. I feel like we should do it right here. This is my life. I am constantly battling back and forth with my mind. Yeah. I appreciate it, Yusuf. I'm glad somebody's finding it entertaining. I love doing it. I love doing this stuff. Let's just do it. Let's just do it right here. If we might find a different spot for it. But let's just grab our check environment command exists, and we'll just grab this first section. And I don't think we're going to get fast update or update system. And we're going to just do that for the setup. We're going to do that check environment. Not there. Silly AI. There. All right. Good stuff. All right. So then we got our check environment. Now let's create another function. And for this function, we're going to set up Rofi. Set up Rofi. I like it. So on Rofi setup, install Rofi. I like that. There needs to be a switch. Make this a switch as Pacman uses -s to install. All right, good enough. I accept. Because DNF, zipper, and apt all use the install -y arguments. Really, Pacman's the only one that's kind of like an odd man out here. So I think that's fine. So we'll install Rofi. Install Rofi if not already installed. And then check if command exists Rofi. Yes. All right, so then we have the if command exists Rofi. If not, command exists Rofi, it'll run the Rofi, and then else it'll say Rofi already installed. And then we move into copy, echo, copy Rofi config files. All right, I like it. And where are we going to put these guys? Geez, do I want to just toss it all in here? Do I have a dot files? I should just create a dot files. I don't think I do have dot files in my repos. Yeah, let's go dot files in my repos. Let's go. Just for you, Peter. We're gonna jump into here. I'm done with my chat jippity for a little bit. But I'm coming back, so be prepared. We're go Vim now. Keep you on your toes. All right, what does that look like? cd.config. We have right now I'm looking at my dot files and saying, hey, what do I really want to copy over? Is it really just Rofi? Oh, Kitty as well. I love my Kitty configuration file. Yeah, I think Rofi and Kitty kind of go hand in hand. I kind of want to put this in my DWM though. Let's do that. Let's just put it in the DWM, and then I'll just pull directly from my DWM repo. That way I'm not cross having another repo to keep up with. So Kitty, Rofi, and there's not really any other customizations I do. Everything else is kind of in there. GIMP, maybe? I do have some specialized GIMP stuff. Do I? Did I put it in here though? I didn't. It's not under there, and it's not under plugins, right? Nah. Why is there two directories? That's weird. And when I'm looking at this, okay. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, well, you have the option. So like if you want to use like we're not going to mess with GIMP. It's fine. I'm the only person in the world that really uses GIMP in the way I use it. I'm like a madman on that. Let's go into ZDWM, and we have release scripts config. We have kitty already in here. I see. Oh, that was in the kitty directory. Okay, kitty.conf. Just to see. So this kitty is actually fire a code font. How long ago was this configuration file done? Is there two? Remember, there is. Okay. This one's bad. Right now, I'm just grabbing my, let's not do a copy, but let's grab our kitty .config kitty.conf, and we're going to overwrite this kitty. Yes. And then I also, now if we vim this kitty.conf, why is this, am I really using fire a code? I've been talking up Meslo all this time, and it's fire a code that I've been using. I feel like I've betrayed you all. Initial window size, 640 by 40. Oh, it's fine. I don't really care. All right. Hide decorative windows. Yes. Mac OS. Remember window size. Confirm OS windows close. Is there another confirm command in here? That drives me crazy. Confirm. There is not. Okay, good. Let's vim that theme.conf. Strange. Oh, we got a poll? All right. All right, AH. We got a pull request for DWM. Let's see what we got. Nord.conf. Nord color scheme for kitty. Oh, that would work too. I like it. I'll probably wipe this out because we're doubling the comp. I really need to make this file more concise. All right, for now, we'll grab it. We'll submit that for kitty. Let's merge and pull this. It's a decent starting point. Let's just do this. Get pull. All right. What did I do with my config file in the setup file? All right, whatever. I do need to run this, kill this, and then see what we got. And then, this blows my mind. See, all this time, Meslo, LGS, mono is what I thought. Well, grep, Meslo, LGS. Okay. Star mono. Let's just bring this out. Yeah, this should be it right here. I've been using fire code all this time. How did I miss this? Kind of disgusted with myself right now. All right. Meslo, LGS, nerd font, mono. And let's kill this theme comp file. Well, do I leave theme? Probably. Oh, well, let's relaunch. Yeah, it is better. It is better. Oh, wait, no. That's such a, it's not even, it hadn't even changed. It's still fire code. I'm getting loopy. Oh, man. Oh, man. I cannot believe that just happened. That's funny. All right. Let's copy nord conf to .config. Right. And then let's copy kitty conf to kitty. Yeah. Overwrite. And then let's copy nord. All right. Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks. That's exactly what I need, AH. Xclip is what you need, AH. They're both pretty good looking fonts. I do agree. You know what? Just noticed. It's off. This is a better... I like it. It's a little more concise. It's a very, very subtle change. They're both very good looking. I mean, all nerd fonts, you really can't go wrong. But yes, it is it's a little less bloated. It's a little thinner. That's pretty funny though. All right. I totally forgot what we were doing. Oh, that's right. Sal was needing a Rofi setup. And I was like, oh, well, we'll just go DWM. And before we get crazy here, we did have some merges from Fesso, which is like the DWM guru that has done a lot of really amazing ones. So let's sudo make clean install of this. I do like the excess like Nord theme from that AH. It's a lot better. All right, let's quit out. Question. Did I forget to install a display manager? Surely I did. Yeah, I had Light DM. Huh. Did I just break my system? Not again. 28 in V28. All right. Let's get this going. What happened here? Exit it. Start. What did I do? I just rebuilt DWM. Although I didn't test it. Yeah, let's just restart the display manager. I'm sure it's fine. That was weird. Anywho, system's back. Yeah. Mental note. Before you continue, let's just go into time shift. How are we doing on our backups? Just completely an unrelated thing. What was the last backup I did? Just thinking out loud here. I got a couple backups. Look at this. All right. We got one at 7. All right, cool. Yeah, we're fine. Just in case, you know, you never know. It's always good to check your backups. Hey, I have worked so hard on this system. And look, this, you guys, I'm making a promise right now. And most people are out of chat, so they probably won't remember this, but you all will. I'm getting OSH to a very first 365 days. Yep, you heard it here first. And another one, another just banger from chat today. Right there, AH. I appreciate the shout out with vConsole. This right here is huge. Font equals ter dash V28N. So we're always going to be in Terminus font when we, inevitably, when I do something on stream and we're like, hey, Titus, do this. Then I'm like, we're back here. Let's exit. But like, let's go to TTY2. I think it only works on, okay, well, I'm sure it works on reboot. We need to get a reload that. But well, yeah, I like the idea. AH is on it. Sir 138. 132. That cannot be a 132 point font. That would be insane. I like it though. Like if you look at set font, let's go ls user share. What is available to us? Let's go console fonts. So our console fonts available to us. What did you say yours was? Ter 137. Yeah, the highest font you can go is a 32 point using Terminus fonts. Now, a lot of people don't actually have, wait, no. 132 over here, Ter. I got Ter 124 in, but I do not see a Ter 132. Interesting. Yeah, set font's only for console, but we all know I am gonna be back in TTY console at some point in the near future, unless I just stop streaming altogether. And then I'm like, you know what? My system's perfect. I don't want to screw it up anymore. I'm done with YouTube. I am done with Twitch. I am done with all live streaming and all YouTube videos. I'm just gonna live my merry life without ever dealing with console again. But we all know I still would. That I would inevitably do something. Xclip didn't work. Let me look at the dependencies on DWM. I just redid my dependencies on the setup script. And we still got to do the Rofi. We're going to get there. Let's see. Did we have clip in here? Oh no, don't bookmark that. Remove that. Let's go clip. Oh, did I not get Xclip? Oh, you're an Arch, right? Should just be Xclip. Yeah, Xclip. That's X11 clipboard right there. I will say, whatever on the theme, this is much clearer. Either the font's a little thinner, but the highlights and the color scheme is better. I do really, really like it. Oh, you need a clipboard manager like copy Q. Okay, I'm sorry. I was thinking your clipboard wasn't working. Yeah, Xclip's just the clipboard. Yeah. All right. So we have that. Let's come back into DWM. Let's go into, we can go get stash drop and get, all right. Let's go into our config. Now let's go and grab our .config Rofi star and put that, no, let's just grab Rofi and then put that here. And we're going to need a recursive. All right, now, damn it, did I just put Rofi here? No, I didn't. Okay, okay, Rofi's over here. All right, let's look at Rofi. Now, I see I had a whole bunch of extra crap in my Rofi, and now I'm starting to think, what was I using all that for? I don't think I really need to upload all that. It's interesting. What's in history? It's empty. Why do I even have it there? What else do we have in here that's just garbage? What's the Rofi spotlight clip? What was I doing here? See, this is why I really need everyone to kind of just keep me on track, because I ended up making just crap or copy crap into it. And then I'm like, oh, I should have done that. So I must have grabbed this project somewhere else. There's documentation. That's how I know it wasn't me that coded it. Facts. All right. Rofi with file and web searching capability. That's actually kind of cool. So you could use this script to search your file system or for certain files on top of searching for specific applications. So right now, Rofi's mainly just an application search, but you could also use it for a web search as well. Oh, that's kind of neat. So I had some grand aspirations to making Rofi awesome, and yet they never saw fruition. Interesting. Okay. I kind of want to leave those. What other scripts we have? Oh, the Powermenu. I really should start using the Powermenu as well. Does that even work, I wonder? Let's look at the Powermenu. So if we look at the Powermenu here, I think this, yeah, that's funny. Why is pkill hyperland an else statement? That's kind of funny. I'm doing, all right, let's see. 5 Razzie. Okay, let's go grab that, huh? I think at one point in time I had some like different style menus and other things here. Let's do that. I kind of want to make this functional for all systems in the future. Oh, well, let's just go Rofi get. And I bet you I grabbed it from the main repo. This is, okay, 12,000 stars. So we're on the right track. Style. No, nothing. All right, that's fine. Rofi style GitHub. Alrighty. I feel like here's a power menu, type 5. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, you did? Xorg-X clipboard. What distro are you on, AH? Oh, Catchy OS. Okay. I wonder why they call it X clipboard. Catchy's based on Arch, so it should be grabbing from the same repos as me. Unless they decided to rename stuff, which doesn't make any sense. Although some of the newer ones kind of... There's a new thing going around with like a lot of new distros where they like hate on Xorg. They're like, Xorg's terrible. I'm like, well, it kind of works. Yeah. Eventually I'll switch. One time in the world, I'm going to drink the Wayland Kool-Aid one day. You'll know it because I'll probably be telling everybody, hey, by the way, I use Wayland. But until then, DWM forever on Xorg. It would be DWL if I ever go to Wayland. Of course, Peter, of course. I would never give up my DWM roots. It's too ingrained in me now. It's part of who I am. All right, let's go over here. What is up with, let's go files, power menu. Let's go type 5. And what is this style? Hibernate, shutdown, lock, suspend. That is interesting. All right, let's see on the power menu. I kind of want to take a peek and go power menus. What one do we like the most? Type 4. It's type 4. Maybe. I don't like type 1. Type 2 could work. or type 3. Man, I don't know. I think either, I mean, I'm going between type 3 and type 4. I think we go type 4. Type 4 feels more my speed. That's weird. Type 5. Oh, okay, we got to pull it, huh? That is just... All right, this is type 5. Let's watch it through a couple times. All right, so this is type 5. Lock it in. Lock it in, chat. And then... All right, that's type 5. Let's go type 4 next. This is the one I was thinking would be more my speed. Minimal. Shows it uptime. Oh, I like type 4. I think it's type 4. All right, type 4, type 5, I say. Yeah, I think so. I think that's going to... Yeah, we don't need it. We don't need a poll for this. It's type 4. I know. It's totally that. So let's go Files, Power Menu, type 4. Let's grab... Ooh, so then we got the different styles of type 4. Dang, really? So here's all the colors. Dang, that's kind of a little excessive, right? I mean, I'm like, dang, that's just... All right. We're coming over here. Let's just come into build. Let's go git clone. Toss old Rofi in here. And then let's go into Rofi. Let's get a GUI. And then I think what we're going to grab is the power menu, type 4. Now, there was the different styles of type 4 we were looking at. And if we look at the previews, which style we want, there's 5 different styles now. Good Lord, talk about... This is the problem with Linux. There's so many choices. It's also the beauty of it, too. It's also the beauty of it. It's just, oh, so wonderful and terrible all at the same time because you just get choice paralysis. And why didn't that open? I'm on tiled mode, right? All right, whatever. All right, let's just look. All right, type, this is type 4, 1, variation 1. I don't like the circles. Variation 2, it's okay, maybe. Variation 3, a bit more, man, that's some hardcore rounded. Yeah, I like the more square / circle, maybe, I don't know. That's a hard one. So you got variation 2 and 3. You got this hideous contraption, and then you got variation 5. So I think it's really between this one and this one. And I think I'm going to lean towards a little less bevel or the rounded corner. That's almost too much rounded corner. Maybe. First one. All right. First one it is. Yeah. Going with that. So it's going to be variation 2 we're going to go with on the power menu. So let's program this. Let's lock it in. Let's lock our choice in here. Power menu, type 4, and style 2. Yeah, style 2, power menu shared. Locking it in. So now we're going to go over into GitHub, DWM, and we'll go into config, Rofi, power menu. What was this all about? One second. Oh, that was my old one. I don't know. Oh, yeah, that does work. Well, that's cool. I kind of like my existing underline one instead of the buttons. It's more no nonsense. I think I'm just going to go with that. The one I already had all along that I forgot that I had. That was in the configuration file. Okay. Cool. Oh, you like the new one better? Oh, let's load it up. You know, let's try both. Are we having a problem? Okay. Yeah, we're good. Let's load up that. And what we'll do, we'll come into here, DWM Titus config, Rofi, power menu. So this was the last one. Now, I was going in through power menu here. So we had script, this is trash. And then WL screenshot. Why would I even put that there? That's Wayland, trash. And honestly, what am I doing with the screenshot template here? Trash. And then emoji, I might actually come back to. So that's what I was grabbing from scripts. But let's go power menu v2. That we just grabbed power menu v2. Let's come into here. We don't have anything in the clipboard because, well, you know, I shut down the computer and it flushed it. That's okay. Let's go into our home folder. We're going to go build Rofi files, power menu. It's type 4, variation 2, power menu shared. Copy, paste. And then let's, all right. We are in business. Let's go back into DWM. We really went down quite the rabbit hole here, just exploring different stuff on Rofi. But, you know, when in Rome. So let's go. Directory is going to be, style 2. All right, let's go there with that. Style 2, perfection. All right. Now let's come back over here. Let's copy this guy. And we're going to just go into our .config file. I know I keep switching around how I get around my system, but you know. Oh, actually, Rofi. Where are you at, Rofs? Power menu. So this is the existing power menu that... is this a whole different one? God, is it? No, surely that's the same one. Oh, no. No. Cancel. Shut that. Well, it's too fast on the tab there. Power off instead of power menu. Well then, yeah, that was less than ideal. That's okay. That's okay. We didn't change anything. Oh, it's been a couple days since I did a full shutdown. Actually, it was yesterday when I messed up my whole system and I had to reboot. So it's been a little bit. I was overdue. You gonna come back on? You gonna give me some wolf security? Oh, there we go. Whoo. All right. You know, one thing that always kind of is a little bit crazy. This Digma Defy, I need to look at the firmware because whatever is happening between the dongle and the system, it doesn't read the keyboard until I'm already booted into my operating system. So I have to use like a special, like a dummy keyboard, like a dummy $10 keyboard to get into my BIOS or navigate my grub menu. I think there's probably a firmware upgrade for this too. One more detour. You're gonna have to remind me. I think we're like 3 or 4 detours deep right now, but I think Bazcore. Ah, there it is. It's perfect. And then Bazcore. Yeah, we got the fancy keyboard. Do we have a firmware update? Oh, I don't know about going to a beta. How do we feel about putting our keyboard on a beta? Hey, I don't think that's a good idea. All right. For science, here we go. Let's see what happens. Before updating, back up your layer settings because it could... Oh, yeah. Let's do that. If your layers aren't automatically restored, you can restore them with the preference. Let's do a backup just in case. So let's do this. Where is the stupid backup? Oh my gosh. All right. Forever. Okay. They should have a backup button. There's a lot of restore buttons. Very few backup buttons. Okay. Surely I am not over got the macro super key editor firmware update, but there should be a backup. Backups. Backup folder. Neuron manager. Layers. Okay. Macros. Okay. Now backup. It automatically backs up every time it saves to its directory. Maybe not. I don't know. New to stream. What are we up to here? Bunch of Linux shenanigans. We are making a Linux utility that is pretty deep. Up here, Linux toolbox and shell utility to basically make everybody's life easier in Linux. In that. Okay, let's go share. I guess that's a backup, huh? Let's go home. Where was the backup directory again? Oh, okay. Backups. Nice. Okay. Let's save it there. Let's go. Don't worry, I only use like two or three different layers. So we'll just share this. Let's go home. And then we're going to do this firmware update. Save layer. This one I really don't use. Yeah, I really don't use the layer 3, do I? Yeah, I don't do that. Oh, you know what I should do? This actually should be meh. Actually, this should be control
Alt F3, and then Shift Control Alt, and then this one should be 7 Control Alt. So then I can just do one key to get between TTY without doing any key combinations. Lord knows I need that. Let's save that action. All right, cool. Let's share this layer again, and we're good. And layer 1, save layer. All right, cool. Let's try this firmware update. Here we go. Let's start it out. Press the top left, flashing the right side, updating right side of keyboard. It's fancy. I feel like we should, so you can kind of see the right side's flashing, and then did this thing just fail? Maybe it did. Okay, that's good. So then the left side, why is it all dark on this side? All right, flashing the left side now. I mean, it's kind of cool. You got to say, when it comes to like a high-tech keyboard, I don't think anything's better than this. We are trying a beta firmware, so I'm not sure how well this is going to work, but let's give it a whirl. All right, left side's done. Oh, CM Griffin, how you doing, man? All right, now we're flashing the Neuron. We're getting into some Linux things, but for some odd reason, I decided I wanted to flash my firmware for any raiders that showed up. This keyboard was $700 fully. Oh, no, this one wasn't. This was the base model, $300. Sorry. Yeah, this is the base keyboard without they make like a tint kit. They have like custom designs. I have one inside that was $700. It's kind of wild, man. Oh, clearly sponsoring how cheap Chris is with PC hardware. Hey, I'm serious about my keyboards. I do like this keyboard. Although these buttons on this specific model, I think I had to replace one. I contacted them though, and they sent me new ones. So I was like, okay, cool. Alrighty, still flashing the Neuron. Nothing's back up yet though. So yeah, just the base model for the split keyboard's about $300 for the Digma Bot Defy. Now, it's still flashing. Dude, this is a bit of a long flash, I gotta say. Yeah, I got my cheap Razer Death Adder Essentials. They should just call it Razer Death Adder Basics. You're a basic caveman with this mouse. I don't know why I got this mouse. I hate Razer. Don't buy Razer products. Don't be like me. That was, I mean, it's a fine mouse. It feels comfortable, but man, their software on Windows, I had to actually create an entire repository to block the installs from Razer software. So yeah, I don't know, man. I have no idea what I was thinking with Razer. Anyways, this is just sitting here flashing that little device. This is what's showing up on my screen. I don't know. It's just sitting here. My little dongle. Come on, I believe in you. You can do it. Do we have any trackball users? I know there's some elusive trackball users out there. The caps and switches are nice. Nice. Yeah, I think a lot of people like the glove and then the Kinesis. Like Prime and a bunch of other people swear by the Kinesis. They just look really ugly. That's my problem with them. Ah, there we go. We got a trackball user. I knew there's always that one trackball user out there. It's actually not bad for, I would imagine it'd still give you like carpal tunnel in the thumb, but I mean, it is probably better than resting it and moving a mouse around. I just can't do it. So I'm just jealous. Yeah. What is the Kinesis is about 300 too, like these keyboards. I don't know. I couldn't get behind it at the time. Maybe if I got one, I would try it, but I need two. That's the problem. That's the one problem I have with a lot of these keyboards is like, I kind of need two, at least, maybe three. I would like one for my work, one for my inside PC, one for out here. And then I got my laptops. So damn it, I would need like 4. Man, I go bankrupt buying these expensive keyboards. Although for the Defy, I did get 2 of them. So there is that. But I've learned just to go back and forth between regular old school QWERTY and then this. Okay, I'm starting to get worried on this flash. I'm not so sure on the making it better part here. This seems pretty pretty long. Hopefully I didn't just jack up my beautiful $300 keyboard here live on stream. Yeah, actually, if I did jack it up, I prefer it be live on stream. So at least I have something to point back to and go, see, I didn't do it wrong. I left it alone for a good time. Go install Gentoo while you wait. Yeah, Gentoo is actually pretty fast to install these days. Although I think you still build the kernel. So there is that. Yeah, you can unplug it and reset it too. I might need to do that. It's not plugged into like a hub or anything, so it should update, but it should have happened by now, I think. I don't know. What do we think, chat? Should we unplug, replug? Right in the middle of a firmware update? You just want to see me break my expensive keyboard here, but sounds safe. I agree. Here we go. What happens? All right, 1, 2. Plug back in. Yeah, the keyboard's still working. The lights have all gone off. Huh. And it's all dark now. I think it's fine. There is not a button. Well, I mean, you can adjust the lights to how you do it. I think the app froze up. Let's just force quit it. It was only during a firmware update. You know what? Let's get on the website and re-download the. I think I installed it from the AUR. Yeah. Uh-oh. Okay, things did change. My P button has turned into a backspace. Oh, shucks. That's okay. We can work around that. Oh, wait. No, it just shifted all my... Oh, okay, it shifted everything over. It's okay. Oh, just now. Paru. Yeah, everything shifted to the left. Space bar. Where are you at? Ah, space bar's there. Okay. And now I just gotta find where the dash is. Where's that dash? Dash. Oh, there we go. That'll work. Let's just try R. Nope. Shift R. No. All right. Well, maybe we can just do R. All right. Dang. Okay. Darn. Okay. Well, maybe we can launch it here. Okay. It's fine. So it wiped out everything. Let's just try that update one more time. All right. Let's start. Press the... You know, before we do this... Oh, I can't get to their website. Let's just try it. Good thing you're not drinking. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I mean, Arch, you know, real talk here. Arch has been pretty darn stable. Other than it just completely wiping out my NVIDIA drivers yesterday and causing a black screen on stream. But that was my own fault because I didn't do Linux LTS with NVIDIA LTS. I would have totally fixed everything. G0, thanks, man. Thanks for the prime. Bedtime, looking for RM. R. Well, I'll let you know. We're not quite there yet, Derek, but maybe in like 5 more hours we'll get there. I had issues updating on Windows and had to update mine on another PC when I first got my Defy. Ooh, okay, Chuck. That actually is a good tip here. I think this is going to bomb out again. So while it's updating, let's come on over here. Let's go to Digma Defy. I probably shouldn't be typing on this when it's updating, but I think it's fine. All right, so there is a Baz Core 1.4. I bet you I'm using an old version, and that's what's happening. I mean, if I'm going to break something, I always like doing it on stream, though. I feel like I'm getting my money's worth out of it when I do it on stream. All right, pre-order by now. Yep. Where's the support? Download. I missed the download button, didn't I? It's probably like a giant flashing download button that's right in my face. Oh, all releases on GitHub. Perfect. I love that it's all on GitHub. 3 days ago. All right. Well, I'm a Digmates. Are they from Australia, you think? Hey, Digmates. Digmates. All right, cool. A few things changed. I'm sure it's something important. Then we got that. Then let's open it. Ooh, why is my defaults dolphin? Gross. Let's go over here. I don't think this is working. Let's just quit it. Let's just open this guy. Execute. Continue. Okay, continue. Okay. I kind of... Oh, I don't know. I have a shift button. Crap. All right, well, that's fine. Just close all that. All right. So we got this. Let's go configure. Now let's go firmware. Now let's try and update it. Okay, this is better. Oh, it does have some really good mechanical switches and stuff, so... it's flashing red now, so this is what we're looking at. So we got a nice little flashing of red. Screen hasn't changed or anything. Just sit here and let it pulse. Come on, neuron. Whenever it stops pulsing, I think that's a bad sign. It stopped pulsing. And the progress bar has not gone forward. Dang it. Come on, man. Well, I do have another keyboard, so if we have to finish it out with another keyboard, we can. Buy a new keyboard. I can't afford it. I spent all my keyboards, all my money on this keyboard. Well, I think, dang. Maybe I just go into the other computer. Maybe it's something with this computer that's causing it not to function. Plug it all and plug it back in. Can't you update on the Windows PC? Oh, I could. Yeah. That's a good one, him. Yeah. All right. Well, let's just come back. I thought the pulsing was really cool. I want to show you all that, but then it stopped. And now we're just sitting here looking at nothing. At the top of the screen, it's 10:02. When that turns over to 10:03, we're going to unplug it. Or actually, maybe just quit the app. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, it stopped working altogether now. It has gone back to pulsing after touching the keyboard. Well, shucks. That's okay. Yeah. We got another keyboard. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That is just kind of bonkers. Anyways, let's just keep going while that's doing its thing. It's kind of weird, though, right? If we quit out, we go back into like the Digma software, Bazcore app image. Okay. Uh-oh. Scan for keyboards. Yeah, there we go. That was interesting. I think I'll just go into preferences, backups, and then just restore from last backup. And then we go back to keyboard manager, go into our layout editor. There is nothing there. Okay, well, that's okay. Let's restore from backup file. Surely there's something else in here. This one has the most kilobits. I feel like that one would be the one to restore to. Unfortunate. Maybe the beta needs a little more time to cook. Oh, well. Dang. That's unfortunate. Backups. Oh, I thought I had it in here. Oh, that's the Raise backups. That was my old keyboard. Oopsies. My bad. Let's go back. Dang, how old was that backup? Oh. Oh, it says Defy, though. Huh. All right, well. Anywho, let's just manually back everything back up. This turned into quite the detour. Ah, jeez. Why is it every time I get raided, it's like I'm like cursed? It just immediately turns south on me. I'm like, oh no. And then let's go back over to here and load this layer. Yeah, the last time, like yesterday when we got raided by Melky, as soon as it was raided, I was like underneath my desk, like just scrambling to try and get anything on the screen because everything just kind of went kaput. So that's kind of wild. All right, well, we'll have to worry about like LEDs later. Anyways, we're back. Yeah, we restored all the layout. We just don't have any lights on the LEDs anymore, but it's lit up like a Christmas tree in here anyways, and it's not like I really look at the keys, so it's fine. Just kind of odd. It could be the cables. It could be the cables. It could also be the port that it's plugged into on the keyboard as well. I think I am using the Defy cable that came with it though. So, hell. Anyways, I still love the keyboard. I will say that. All right. Now, let's come back into here. We were working on the Rofi menu build from DWM, and then we were going to pull in this and then configure it directly on here, and oh, we were going to do the power menu. That's right. And then it all went south after that too. So let's look at the power menu and then the Rofi menu. So let's go over to .config, and we're going to go into Rofi. Now we had a power menu here. Now I need chat's help on this. Do we want this power menu like this, or we have a new power menu v2, which was, let's see, where is that? I think we put it in our Git. I need to commit these changes too before I go to bed too. Linutil, oh no, it was DWM. DWM config, Rofi, and then we had power menu v2. And we're gonna just bring that back home, .config, and Rofi. And then I want everyone to vote, see what we got. If I didn't scare everybody off with my keyboard shenanigans. If we got anybody left, here we go. So that was the regular power menu. Now, if we go into power menu v2, let's check to make sure our script is okay. We have Rofi power menu. That actually should be v2 style 2. Okay. So power menu v2 style 2. Okay. So power menu. Okay. Yeah, I like it. I like this better than the other one. Surely the fonts are messed up, but if we look at just the design aspect of the power menu, actually, let's just go like this is this one. It covers that, but I kind of like the opacity of the other one. Power menu v2. Oh, I got Vim on the brain. Power menu v2. And this one's really nice. I dig it. So what I'll probably end up doing here, let's go with a nerd font cheat sheet. Nerd font cheat sheet. And then let's go power. And I kind of want to go out of all these, I kind of feeling like this one. I like the little more hard edges. Such a just a weird, but let's go paste. All right. And then reboot, restart. And I like the line break on this one. Let's go with that. And then lock. Yeah, I like V2 better. I think we can make it look really good. So I'm trying to match the styles here. I think we're using COD. So let's go right there. Paste. And suspend next. Suspend. Nope. What would we call that? Probably some type of power, probably like what icon would be suspend? Because X11 is better. No. I love DWM. DWM is just very, very solid. It's 100 kilobits. There's not any bloat. Super, super lightweight. Sleep. Thank you guys. That's it. Sleep. Yeah. I kind of like the moon. I mean, we could go a couple different ways with this. Hourglass for suspend, Chuck says. Do we could go hourglass. Or, I mean, I kind of like the moon and also the Z's, but let's look at hourglass too. I don't want to discount that option. Hourglass kind of makes more sense. Yeah, everyone loves Hyperland. Hyperland is way more popular than DWM. DWM is not flashy. It's not the most pretty thing. But dang it, it just works. I think I'm going to go with this moon right here. I feel like it speaks to me. All right. And then log out. Log out should have an icon. Yeah, icon. What is wrong with me? There we go. Okay. So now that we got the icons in place, let's relaunch this power menu. Line 95, unexpected. Really? Did I fat finger something here? It looks fine. What did I do? Oh, wait. My bad. All right, we're good. I was like, wait a second. We didn't edit down here. All right, now the moon looks weird. So's the lock icon. Yeah. Chat's yell at me. Missing quote. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go hourglass. Actually, I think we're gonna switch the hourglass. The moon looked just a little bit too. I don't know. Didn't jive. I had another thing going in my mind. Let's just go and knock that down. And the lock, I feel like that needs to be something different. Let's look at lock. Let's go lock small. Hopefully that's not too small, but all right, here we go. Yeah, I like it. That's better. It's still a little off. Damn it. I swear, you could just sit. Linux is one of those things too. You could just sit there for days customizing and go, well, I could just tweak that just a hair. Anywho, let's look at the lock options because I don't think I'm using lock at all. What are we doing? What are we doing for the issuing commands? We are not using i3, BSPM, or OpenBox. So when log off happens, that's fine. Lock, better lock screen. Okay, better lock screen. I've never used better lock screen, I don't think. All right. RUS, better lock screen. Oh, AUR. Right, fine, whatever, I don't care. Let's just do it. Yeah, customizing is half the fun of using Linux. I think you have to really just enjoy that. If you want it just to work right out of the box. I mean, you could do like a KDE or a GNOME type setup out of the box, but even then, I think you kind of need to customize it. And really the beauty of Linux, I think, is the tiling window managers. At least for me. That's like a lot of times when I'm in Windows, the things I miss the most are always the tiling window. I like when it's like KDE or GNOME or that type of desktop environment. A lot of times I'm just like, yeah, when you look for like all encompassing solutions like that, a lot of times I just think Windows or Mac does it better in the overall grand scheme of things, just because they have bigger teams, are able to quality control them a lot better. Yeah, there's a lot more bloat to them and stuff like that, but I think they just work better usually out of the box comparative to the desktop environments in the Linux realm. Having said that, if you don't even use a desktop environment, you're using just a simple tiling manager. I mean, shoot, these things are so basic that you have literally a whole 100 kilobyte file basically controlling your whole system. There's just not much to go wrong. Yeah, I mean, KDE is very bloated. The thing I hate about KDE is they have all those just really crappy apps with it. The funny thing is, like, I hate GNOME just from a general perspective, but the GNOME apps, all the GTK apps, I think they've done them better. Like, comparing Nautilus to Dolphin. Dolphin has more features, for sure, but aesthetically pleasing, it is not. Nautilus takes the cake in that realm. And then when you look at like other aspects of it, just like the settings layout and those types of things, they're just a bit more intuitive than the KDE counterpart. Having said that, I prefer KDE over GNOME because a lot of the GNOME shenanigans, I just really don't like it from a desktop environment standpoint. So yeah, I have mine. Both are not ideal for me. 100 KB, so bloated compared to mine. Hey, I love it though. I love mine. All right, so now we've got Powermenu V2 up and going, and I kind of dig it. Let's copy that. Let's go back into Powermenu V2, and what we need to do here, let's copy Powermenu SH over into, what was that? DWM Titus and config and Rofi. And what do we make that? Powermenu V2? Yep. Let's do that, and we will overwrite. Awesome sauce. So to run this script, we should be just right here. I think we can just do home, and then let's copy that. DWM.h. What are we doing for? We have Proton with the control mod key R. About exit DWM, we have mod key Q. What about mod key control Q? Yeah, I feel like this is what we do. All right. Man, this is messing me up. My key's not highlighted. I didn't think I looked at my keyboard very much, but apparently I do. All right, let's just grab this guy. Yank. And for this control here, let's paste that in. And I think what we'll do here is do like a home /.config Rofi Powermenu V2 Powermenu.sh. And then whenever I do mod key control Q, we should have our beautiful power menu. I don't even think this was what we were trying to do. How did I get so lost? It is so wild. Anywho, sudo make clean install. Hey, Savior. Thanks for jumping in. Yeah, I'm like, okay, we were like 3 issues deep here, and we took this massive detour from the Linux utility, and now I'm working on power menus and DWM. I have no idea how this happened. Anyway, let's just do a let's just close out of all this and sudo system control. Let's just do pkill DWM. Did I forget closing brackets or something? It did build, right? On the plus side, that vconsole command that AH gave us earlier worked like a champ. I don't have to set my console every time. We got that going for us. I don't know why my control manager restart light DM. Yeah, it's like light DM's not properly launching after killing DWM or relaunching. It's like it just dies. There's got to be some kind of configuration there that's like a little off. Yeah, we did a Rofi rabbit hole, didn't we? Well, let's see if Rofi works. I did super mod Q. Yeah, I guess I could just do start X. I agree with you. Savior 100%. I'm so sick of dealing with the display managers, and it's auto login anyways. Like, what does it matter? So, the weird thing here was it didn't seem like my power menu didn't take. It just like died. What did I do wrong? Should be mod key control Q. Mod key control mask Q. Quit. Oh, my bad. Look, I'm not. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. Okay, I'm an idiot. That's okay. We're just gonna rock with that. Yep. It's not a quit. It is a spawn. Yeah. So, what happens if I do like a sys control? Why doesn't? Let's. I hate to go down yet another rabbit hole, but I have to know what is happening with Light DM. Why are you failing to respawn? Like restart your service, right? All right, well, journal CTL. Jeez, why am I drawing a blank? Just to show errors. Oh, priority. Yeah. XE priority 3. Okay. That should be fine. All right, so now we got this. Ignoring duplicate in dbus. Can't unlock login keyring, light DM. So we're having a keyring error issue. So probably killing the dbus broker and then killing DWM would be fine so it could respawn properly. So how do I keep it from doing that each time? Yeah, light DM's enabled. So what's happening is there's a keyring that gets unlocked and is utilized with dbus. And dbus is staying running even though DWM's killed. And with that is the problem we're running into. So we got to kill dbus and DWM before we quit. So if we do like a ps aux and we grep dbus, right? So you got these dbus brokers running. And if we go like pkill dbus broker launch, and if we force it, we really force it, now DWM's still running in the background. It's kind of interesting. pkill user Titus, I think, is probably a better way of doing it. Well, I mean, it just mildly broke the system. I'm not really that worried about it. So probably doing like a pkill user Titus like this would be better. I mean, maybe. Like if we go, come on, come back. Okay, well, interesting. Okay, now I might have broken it. Okay, TTY is not responding. All right, good to know. I think we got that. Fan speed is now at 100%, and it is rebooting. Don't know what happened there. I guess dbus is kind of important. Hindsight being 2020, probably next time just do a pkill user Titus. That would have been the way to roll. I feel like that's the way to go on this one. Now it's time to check in with the HP Wolf security. I feel like HP Wolf security should be paying me some money for a sponsorship for as many times as I rebooted my system. They have gotten so much visibility. Yeah. We're definitely doing 365 for sure. You hold me to it. Anyhow, I don't know why I went down that rabbit. Oh, yeah. So the power menu, getting back to the power menu, got sidetracked again. Now let's go mod key, control Q. Oh, I mean, it's kind of pretty, right? I'm putting the wolf cubs through college. They would go bankrupt. Probably. Let's go with this. Let's try a lock. Did better lock screen ever get? I don't think that ever really got in there. Yeah. Oh, maybe we can do like a blur pixel sudo better lock screen -- blur 0.5. Okay, maybe what if we just do better lock screen -- blur 0.5? Huh. I'm not sure better lock screen. Maybe because I don't have an actual password. That could also be it. Let's go grep. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Better lock screen. If I actually use lock screens, it would make a difference. But very cool. So it does work. We have our menu. Really, I'll just use that. What's the log? Let's try log out. All right, let's try the other one. Let's Rofi one dark color. Huh. Right. I feel like why did everything just kind of go downhill for me? That's all right. We're cruising. We're making progress. This controller can be trashed though. What did I do with that? I think I dropped it into downloads, right? I thought it was in downloads, but I'm mistaken. I cloned it to build probably. Yeah, that's right. So under files, colors, there's a one dark. So you can have the one dark in there as well. It's kind of strange, right? What was the other colors? Was there a Nord in there and I just missed it? Let's see. Rofi, files, colors. There is a Nord. All right. I think I already have the colors in the Nord, but let's double check. Damn it, I tell you, if we spend another 10 minutes on this start menu, I am just going to go punch babies. It is just aggravating. All right, here we go. Colors. There is a Nord RSI already here, and that already has 2.1 kilobytes. So I think what we need to we just need to reference theme Nord. I think that's just silly to reinvent this. Yeah, the keyboard never lit back up. So I'll restore it. I'll mess with that offline. Nobody wants to sit here and see me tinker around with the light up keyboard. So I'll fix it though. It'll be fine. But yeah, no, the colors never did come back on. I thought that was kind of strange. So yeah, firmware. It was a beta firmware. So I mean, I don't fault them. Let's go into Titus.config and let's fix this. We don't need a reboot or anything like that. This should be a pretty simple fix. God bless. I'm just going to go over here. And let's just look at config RSI. So theme side tab Nord RSI. That's fine. And if we ls themes, we should see nord.rasi. Great. So then all we have to do, PowerShell v2. And in style 2, I bet you there's references to the one dark RS. No, there is not any reference to that. Okay. So if it's not here and it's not in PowerShell, so the theme menu it's pulling from on Rofi command, shared confirm. Oh, the confirm command is what's happening. So it's trying to pull the confirm command, which then is trying to pull the colors command from the files directory. Oh, it's kind of a, I don't really like that. Do we really need to confirm? I'm going to say nope. So looking at confirm exit and confirm command, we're just going to not confirm. That's just annoying. What are we, Windows? Selected, confirm exit. Run command. Boop, boop, boop. And delete. Let's just take this guy. Bring that back a hair. All right. Now, I'm fine with all this. Just no more confirms, please. Confirm not found. So dumb. I wonder why this isn't a case. Why'd they do case down here? And then they did an if, nested if statement up here. Was this made by a bot or something? The non-uniformity of it is just small things. All right, let's try it again. And then lock screen. Yep. Ah, that's cool. Hey. Yeah, we're simplifying things. I'm like, I just can't deal with a confirm. Just do it. Just do it. Like, you don't need to ask me. I obviously pulled up the menu. I clicked on the button. I would have hit the escape key if not. Like, that's just annoying. I mean, it is a lock screen, right? It should be dark. I mean, how dark was it though? I like it. It's minimal. There's nothing on the screen. It's just black, and you just got your time over there. I think we rock with that. Oh yes. Speaking of that, getting back to the original thing. So now we've solved all these other. We've gone down the rabbit hole. We're climbing back up. We're getting things knocked out. We got the V2 power menu. Now we get back to where we started the stream roughly 4 hours ago. We can now launch in. Let's just do cursor. Yeah. Oh no, cursor launched over here. All right, launch over there. All right. Looking over here, we got our Rofi setup. So now we're gonna copy the configuration files. Yes. Copy recursive home Rofi. Yeah, okay. That's fine. But then we're gonna copy recursive. Oh no, we're gonna wget this bad boy. What's the easiest way to get all these files? We could wget them one by one. That seems a little ridiculous. Do a git clone. I also don't like that. Yeah, but the problem is somebody's going to use this and they're not necessarily going to have DWM installed. I want to make this as agnostic as possible. So like, let's say you're on something else. You're on Wayland, you're on Hyperland, and you're like, dang it, I just want Titus's Rofi configuration set up. And I want it all installed and configured properly. That's when I'm like, okay, I got you. So check if Rofi exists first. Check if Rofi directory exists and run command if needed. Yep. All right, cool. Yeah, apply that. I don't think we need the else statement there, Jippity. That's a little ridiculous. Going a little overboard with the verbosity. All right. So we got our backup if something already exists, so we're not going to overwrite someone's stuff. Yeah, and like, I see a lot of people love Hyperland, and I want to make this ready to go for like Hyperland users or anybody really. So let's just go set up Rofi, and then for the menu, dang it, I think we gotta, freaking am so sick of this power menu, but we got to clean it up. We got to clean this up. All right, let's come back over here to DWM. So what my idea behind this, it's a pretty simple one. First off, did we copy all the files over here? Let's just remove Rofi right now. I just can't deal with that. I don't want to screw this up. So let's just do a copy of .config Rofi, and we're just going to put that here. And that way everything's exactly as it is on my system. Now let's look at what do we want to do for configuration? Applets, bin, let's remove Rofi Spotlight, remove web search, remove scripts, remove power menu, remove, what's in that icons? Remove icons. What's in global? We got more junk. Let's remove global. What else do we have? Bin. What's in bin? Oh, lordy. Remove bin. Remove applets. All right, now we're down to this. I think this is fine. And if we look at the config, it's only grabbing Papyrus font, display run, window, combi. It's not referencing any of that garbage. And now let's look at move history. Let's look at power menu. What else do we have to clean up here? Vim power menu. Now, if we look at shared, what is shared? See, more bloat. Oh, God bless. This is driving me crazy. Okay. We might refactor that. Let's remove shared. I don't think there's anything in shared we need. Like, we got confirm, colors, fonts. Actually, style. Confirm, style, font. Okay, well, font might be there. Don't think this is actually referencing any external files. So style 2 is fine. And I don't see any reference to anything over here. We just have style 2 under this directory. Lock suspend. Okay. See you next time. All right, Blue. You got it. We can do that. Where was that? Goodbye. Should say see you in a little bit because you probably are just restarting. See you. What was it Blue said? See you next time. And then your user. Okay, I like that. That'll work. Nice. So now we have that. We can even clean that up a little bit more. I might refactor, but let's get rid of shared. Solid. So now we really have cleaned up our Rofi directory to be just the config, the power menu, with just the themes we're using. Now we got themes. All right, then we got all this capuchin, remove side tab, RSI. So now we just got Nord and side tab Nord, which is fine. I still think we should fix one thing that bothering me about this. If we look at power menu, I want to say I would like the theme to go into the themes directory and then drop that RASI file directly into the theme folder. Just from a standardization, just to tidy it up. So it should be themes. And then let's move style 2, themes. So then we just have the power menu here in Power V2. And then if we ls themes, all of the RASI files, which is just themed files really, all in there with color schemes, and then just the config files. So now we're down to 4 files in the themes, 1 file in Power Menu V2, and then 1 in config RASI. Do I even want a separate menu? That seems a little redundant too. Let's move it. Power menu, let's go back. Remove Power Menu V2. All right, so now it's a total of 5 files, and it's all right here. I like it. So what we're gonna do now is just take this, copy, and let's go back to our home. Actually, you know what? Go up one. Let's just copy this Rofi. We're gonna go into Titus. Before I blow out all this stuff in my home directory, because that was quite a bit of stuff, and I just kind of winged it. Let's look at our Rofi over here, and I'm gonna modify this. Oh, we're gonna make this look beautiful. So we're gonna go Rofi back, and then we're gonna paste our new Rofi here. It's coming together, and then finally coming down. Let's see, where are you going? I did lose a couple keys when we messed up the keyboard there. Ooh. See you next Wednesday, probably. And then power menu. And finally. Now, before I restart, what I'll probably end up doing here, or actually we can do a pkill Titus. I think that will fix our problem that we were having. Let's go over and run the Rofi command. Let's just go Rofi. Let's go. Do we have config Rofi? There's config Rofi. So we have our power menu. I broke it. Well, one of them files we needed. Okay. Yeah, we just called it power menu now. So now this in theory would work great, but I think I missed something. I overlooked some shared file. So we have the .config Rofi themes, style2, hostname. Yeah, I think it's something in this style2 theme directory. So that's the theme. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Is the Apple... Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, application launcher's working. This is something I designed, so I knew that was pretty minimal. Whenever I design stuff, I try to make it as clean and minimal as possible. I really don't like... A lot of times what I find in Linux is people make it overly complex when it doesn't need to be. That happens quite often. Let's just... let's go... I can't... My in button's not working. It's fine. All right. Let's do that. All right. So let's just... I was like, why do we have all these... It's only being put one place. Why have a declared variable if you're going to do that? Then we got the Rofi run command. We're specifying the theme. Do we even need to? Like, the theme right here is kind of... All right, let's go style-2.rsi. Is that... Were we sure that's the file? Yeah, ubar is crazy complex. It's a maddening experience configuring oo. It is incredibly powerful, but like they made like their own language. Like it's oo and yuck. And it's like they created variables out of... I remember when I first started programming, like back in the 90s, I was obsessed with Star Wars. So I started naming like all my variables like Ewok 1, Ewok 2. That's what oo reminds me of. It's just like nonsense variables when you could be so much more descriptive with your variables, and it just kind of goes all over the place. So while it's a great project and it does some amazing things, it's just all over the map and just crazy complex. It's oo and yuck. I hate Polybar. Yeah, the problem with Polybar is it's extremely resource intensive it at times, and it depends on how well you code it. Polybar is just a slippery slope. I've seen Polybar take up more system resources than KDE and GNOME. I kid you not. It's crazy. So it just depends on what you're running in your Polybar, but there's so many different ways of doing it, and a lot of people don't gracefully like call things, and they're just running like these constant loops, just eating up system resources with Polybar. And I mean, there's better ways to do it for sure. So you got to be careful. Now, that's not to say everybody that runs Polybar's got a bloated system or anything. It's just you got to be very aware of anything that you're doing on Polybar. Yeah, I agree with Peter on this one. It just integrate it directly into the panel in the sys tray, because this like right here isn't getting called. That's actually just a binary running in the background, and it only is triggered at certain events. So instead of doing these loops that are extremely taxing on the system resources, it does triggers. So like, hey, a second passes, go ahead and update the time. I could set that and actually kill the seconds and say only update the time every 60 seconds if I wanted, and it would only trigger once every 60 seconds to update the time on the screen. The date gets triggered once a day because it's a date. Time on the CPU, I think, is done every 2 seconds. It might be done every second, but I might have done it every 5 seconds. And I don't know if I looped that or if it's only when the actual CPU percentage changes. Don't remember offhand. Anyway, let's see. I was looking up .config. I'm getting lost on that. Let's go Rofi. I will finish this one thing. All right. So we have that. It goes into the themes directory, and then it goes style2 RASI. That's silly. Power menu. I just lambasted the UDA for making weird things, and then here I am going style -2. No, we will fix that. Power menu. So now that looks good. That looks good. This looks fine. Kind of want to bring this over into here. 1 second. Let's open this file up. I want to check a few things with this. So we got uptime. It's weird the strike throughs that shows. Host name. It's unused. All right, that's unused. This has been driving me crazy, and I don't feel like doing a case, but switch this to case. Switch to case. So much better. Case 1 on the dot. Oh, okay. So that's just if it's a run command directly. Shut down rather than a glob. What do they have here? Okay, that's fine. Doesn't really matter, but we can do that. I don't even think that might not be right. Yellow, green, D type is unused. Wait, that's not even. Okay, Rofi setup. That's not used. Command exists. Oh, geez, that's no. What am I doing? I want to go here. Get this junk out of the screen. Welcome to Titus. I'm only using ChatGPT for comments. Yeah, I know. Morning from Germany. All right, D4. How's it going? Is it way to make DWM and Wayland go together? DWM's Xorg only. You need DWL, Mohammed. All right, so we have this. That's fine. And case chosen. How's chosen happen? Run Rofi. Okay. I feel all this is okay. And that should be fine. I don't see anything else here that's like, hey, this is much cleaner. It looks a lot better to me. I was just kind of wanting to clean it up in like a VS Code. So now let's see what we get. If it, let's look at that theme. There's something I'm missing. I bet you it's in that power menu. It's some kind of common file it's referencing. Let's see if I can't spot it. DW is starting to get some, it's starting to mature. There's quite a few patches available for it now. So if you're big into Wayland, I say go for it. If I had to go to Wayland tomorrow, it's what I'd use. Oh, nice, D4. Yeah. All right. I want to say this could be problematic because of the resolution as well. Well, let's ask Jippity. My brain's starting to get a little fried here, so I'd say, hey, let's give it a whirl, right? What's the worst that could happen? Doesn't display correctly. What is wrong, Jippity? Could be font missing. Azvaka? It wasn't actually there. Yeah, I think it's that. Let's switch it over to Meslo. I mean, that's what we did with Kitty. All right, I agree with you. Let's go back, and actually it was in the themes, wasn't it? It was that power menu. So it could be that right here, and then right here in the feathering. That's so strange that the font wouldn't be, it would be the cause though, because it worked before. That's the thing that I'm like a little bit of loss for words for, but it's all possible. Let's just go config.h. I want to say I have my font right at the very beginning here. Yeah, Meslo LG Nerd Font Mono. You know, that's the font I like. So we'll go, let's go bold here. Sure, let's live it up a little. Paste. Oops. All right. Yeah, see, it's something with the, maybe the screen resolution. What if we remove the text? Now we're just getting to the point where like, we've stripped this down so much. Oh gosh. Yeah, that worked. I'm just like, D menu. So we did, it was like a D menu dash P user, and then it would do that. Why would, oh. That makes so much more sense. It runs through the buffer. Oh, it's such a weird element. Yeah. So there's not enough space to say see you next time, and I changed the terminology. And since it overruns, it pushes it up to the end because it runs out of room. Ah, watch this. That's such a weird error. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's why. Yeah, the font's too big, so it's running out of room and forcing it to the top. And that's why it was doing that. Okay. Well, that's kind of creepy. See you, Titus, now. Uh, let's just go Vim and back into this. We're almost done with it. Jeez. How did this stream turn into like this 2-hour long power menu? That's just crazy. Yeah, we're working this out. So the whole purpose of this was so you could take it and then just toss it in any tiling window manager. And it would be fine. That's more my speed. Minimal, easy, fine. That's all I'm asking. All right, good enough. Let's do that. We're gonna copy it and then just toss it into there, upload it, and then we're gonna build it out. We'll finally get there. All right, here we go. Almost there. 5 hours later. Actually, it's 4 hours and 47 minutes into the stream. How did we get here? Friday night streams, so unpredictable. But we are there. I like that. And then if we go config.h, did we update our shortcut? We did. Okay. Power menu. Perfect. Everything is right with the world. I'm just going to do a sudo make clean install anyways, just to clean it up a little bit. Sudo make, oh geez, did it do the release for DWM? It did. Okay, great. I'm actually going to grab that and toss it in there, and we're going to do a new release for DWM. We'll go release 0.2. We're updating it. So now we're going to just lazy G, Rofi revamp with power menu. What happened there? Added embedded git blay.sh. You've added another git repository inside your current directory. What the hell? Where? What? Was it Rofi? I don't know what happened there. That was strange. Yeah, that was strange. All right. Anywho, it committed. I don't know what happened. There was another conflicting git repository that I had a file from. Oh, it's that. What is that? Where'd that come from? That was odd. Huh. All right. Well, just call this cleanup. That was odd. All right. All good. Bratham, what's up? Hello. Yeah, there's a folder called blay.sh in there. I don't know what that was from. But anyways, it's all nice and cleaned up now. DWM's looking nice. Now we can finally finish our Rofi setup. So now we've copied this, and now we simply make directory -p home config Rofi. And then we're gonna do something that old Jippity won't know what the hell's going on, but that's okay. So now we're gonna go into DWM Titus. Let's go ahead and push our release too, by the way. God bless, so many different patches. Let's go draft a new release, grab release notes. Let's create a new tag. We're gonna call this 0.2. Let's generate them. Got a bunch of different contributors, mostly Fezzo. Fezzo is just a boss when it comes to DWM. And we also have, hopefully, was mine in here? I don't think I even see mine in here. Yeah, I didn't do a PR, so it wouldn't be here. So let's go power menu, update, and install. Power menu for Rofi. Rofi config files added, and then I think what was the other thing we did as well? Added power menu with we don't have any of the kitty stuff in there yet. Let's go hotkey mod plus control plus Q. All right, and let's attach a binary. We could just grab it directly from the repo, but it's all right here anyways, since we just built it. So let's go GitHub, DWM Titus, and finally the release folder. 6.5. Perfect. And sure, let's attach the DWM binary too. Why not? Publish release. Look at me doing releases and stuff on GitHub. That's crazy. All right. Now we've got that power menu in there and we have that on the release. Now we're going to get the goodness for everybody else that's not using DWM. And what we're going to do here, I don't know a better way of grabbing these raw files. So this is going to be a little weird, but wget, yep, perfect. And then look at this. We're going to come back. So close. I thought it grabbed the right directory. I don't know whose that is, but it just, old Jippity just stole their stuff. That's hilarious. It's just some random raw file. Anyways, that's crazy. I kind of want to look at it, but no, Chris. We've just sat there and done all this. We're not looking at that file. All right, one more raw. Although I don't know if the wget will work if you're grabbing it from a copy link like this instead of doing raw user content. I don't know if I need to click into it or not. It's interesting. Yeah, it's true. Do different sequences of patches. That's true. We could also do branches. We can do pre-releases. We can do development releases. There's a lot of different ways of doing it. Is that link working? I don't know. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of wild. All right. But hey, that's all right. So we have our output. We're grabbing the raw file from Powermenu, the raw file from Rofi, and then we also need to grab our themes, which I know doing this by hand just seems a little silly, but it's fine. Trust me. So this make directory / themes. Yeah, it's kind of wild. Look what, I think that's Copilot actually. So Copilot's grabbing this that doesn't even exist. Dracula RASI. Okay. I mean, I appreciate the idea behind it. It's just a little wild is all. That's okay. And DWM RASI, it's kind of, I mean, all right. I gotta fix my keyboard. It's driving me crazy. You know, let's just do this. And got Nord, and then we just have 2 more files and we're done. Copilot, if you're gonna spy on me, I said 2 files, but those aren't the right files, man. Come on. Whatever. It's close. It's close to the right files. Power menu and side tab Nord. All right, great. So let's go power menu, side tab Nord, side tab Nord. All right. I think we're done. We're done here. So this should make the directories grab only the exact specific files needed to set up everything. Yeah, I mean, they need obviously more data. Maybe, I think at this point in time, there's just so much data out there for me that it's confusing. It's just confusing them to where there's just so much bad data. It's just all over the map. All right, so we got that. I think we're ready for the full-blown Rofi setup install from Linux Util. We got the setup Rofi. Everything looks good. So what this does is it installs Rofi, and then it adds all the configuration files exactly as I have it. It creates both the theming directories. If Rofi files already exist, it'll make a Rofi back, and that's should be good. So to test this, we shall delete Rofi. Or actually, we can just run it. Let's go Linutil, and let's see, source commands, and we have Rofi setup. Okay, I'm getting tired. Starting to slip. System setup. Do we put it in system setup? I think we do. Maybe, no, not system setup. Probably Titus config files. Maybe my dot files. Let's do a whole new list node. Let's do that. So we're going to grab a whole new list node here. And from this list node, actually that looks a little off. There we go. Yeah. From this whole list node, let's delete this. And we're going to call this Titus.files. And this is going to be a Rofi. Oops. We'll come over here and we're going to go Rofi setup. Commands, delete, Rofi setup.sh. I believe that's the right directory. Rofi setup.sh into commands. All right. Perfect. So we have that. Me and my rudimentary Rust skills for those that hung around. If you've been in the stream for 5 hours, we're about to run it once again. Here we go. The moment of truth. Argo run. Oops, my bad. Missing delimiter. What did I miss? List node there. This is just closing this one off. Oh, I see what I did. Yeah. Wouldn't this be like a... I don't think you would want to do a comma at the end, so that should be fine. Then we're fine. For 5 hours, it did nothing. I mean, that's programming in a nutshell, you know? It's been 5 hours later. For the 2 people that are still here, let's see what happens. Well, that actually looks like it worked. Slick. Does my Rofi still work now? All right. So now I am certainly feeling good about this. Now we rip out Rofi. Let's go a recursive remove of... I am so confident that everything is set up perfect that we just go remove. Just remove it all. Remove all of Rofi. Just asterisks. Goodbye, Rofi. You're gone. Oh, is there 110 people here? Holy crap. And 100 on YouTube? Wow. Well, thank you guys for hanging in there. This was quite the beating of a stream. But I think worth it. Look at this. Dakota, this has been a wild ride, man. It's been 5 hours, bro. Here we go. So we've wiped out Rofi, right? This is what Rofi does right now. Completely not configured, nothing. So instead of pounding around for 5 hours like most Linux users, we just go, set it up for me, wise Linux utility. And then everything's set up exactly how I wanted it. Seconds of setup. Damn, that feels good. That feels so good. That feels way better than getting 1 million views on a video on YouTube. I'll tell you that right now. Damn. Wow. Damn, that just was cool. Masterpiece. I gotta say, this stream is gonna be awful to edit and probably even more awful to rewatch. But if you ever hang in there for the end of it, that is absolutely awesome. Well, so we pared down all the files, and I'm only grabbing the specific files using GitHub. So the actual files we're downloading, let's see how big these are. Oh, thank you for the wine tutorials. Oh man, I got to get going on wine. There's so much to do there, because you can actually set your system variables to just use Proton instead of wine, and usually that's a little bit better. Oof, so many tricks to do. So much to put on paper. I feel like I'm just can't ever catch up, but that's okay. So, Rofi, total download size will be this is the total download size. You're gonna download, there's not even pictures that are this small. 8.9 kilobytes. I mean, there's not even a web page or a web article that's probably less than this. Once you look at like the HTML. I mean, that's kind of wild. So yeah, even if you were downloading this from old dial-up, you'd get it in seconds. So like I said, I optimized everything, got rid of all the bloat, even get rid of like comments and other junk in the file. Oh, that variable's not used, dump it. So while we did that, and then we also have, let's see, do we have the menu? I don't think we do actually. I thought we did. Let's see. Let's go into Rofi. And power menu's there, and it does work. Let's go over to DWM. Did I not set it up over here? Rofi home power home.config power menu there, and that's mod key Q. Oh, oopsies. Oh no, that shouldn't matter. Well, 8.9 kilobytes. Gigawatts. Or gigajoules. I can't remember. All right. Maybe I didn't update it. All right. We never did try the pkill Titus. Nah. Still light DM. It's a light DM issue. I bet if we switched to SDDM or just StartX, it would be fine. That's so weird. That's another issue. I'll probably fix it sometime. Yeah, I think I'll just switch from light DM and just drop it into like StartX. There's really no reason to have a display menu. So cool. All right. Now let's, yeah. So now we have this. There's no better ending to this stream than that. 5 hours and 9 minutes. We actually accomplished quite a bit in the Linux utility, kind of like poking around. And some of this, it's definitely seemed like we got lost in the weeds on a lot of different stuff as we do, but we got a whole power menu set up that you can integrate this into Hyperland. You can integrate it into Sway. You can integrate it into Awesome, whatever window manager or you want to use. You can integrate the Rofi configuration. So it'll copy everything in the Nord format with just completely agnostic. So everything I'm doing here, it takes longer to do because I don't just toss in universal values that, you know, might change. I make sure everything's just perfect. So then when we go to a different system and I go to install it, it just immediately works in seconds. And that's what I want to do for all these other things. So there's probably going to be some crazy long streams in here for doing just something so silly that, you know, probably like I'm thinking like collation and testing some of these things in different distros. But we'll work through those things, and it will take a long time, but it feels like this is one of the very first successes of many to come. So I'm gonna go pass out now. I'm so tired. So if I touch anything else, it will break. Everything is working. The stream could not have gone any better, or ended, I guess, in this state. So I'm super happy. Oh gosh, just boot into shell. True. Thanks for the content on Linux. I'm on the way to improve my life altogether, man. All right, good to hear, Night Save. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for hanging in there, dealing with my shenanigans. I just love it. It's so awesome, and I can't wait to dive more into it. I'm definitely gonna probably do some offline, just because there's just so much to do. But I'll definitely try and save the bigger stuff to it. The little stuff in the weeds and things like that, like the keyboard and that type of stuff, I'll just fix all that offline. But whatever the next menu item I'm thinking goes, doing the dot files, adding that subcategory, I think is a big one. So when people want specific things from me, they can just go, oh, I'm going to just grab Titus's dot files for Rofi or dot files for Kitty. Ah, dude, I got to do Kitty. I might do that before bed because it'd just be so easy to add in. But I might save that for the next stream. We'll see. All right, guys. Have a good one. Peace.